Hello, kings and queens. It's Wisdom's daughter. So I have not been live in some time, and we've got some stuff to talk about. Point blank and the period. We have got some stuff to talk about. In case you're wondering, we are going to be talking about this guy. We're going to be talking about this guy. So I can't see just yet who's in the room. So go ahead and post in the comments so I can see who's here. Hi, Monze20. How are you, Queen? Yeah, let's see. I'm going to give it a few more minutes, give some people more time to come in the room, but definitely let me know who's here. Hi, Paula. How are you, Queen? And I'm gonna do some stuff behind the scenes, but yeah, we're gonna get into this most recent phone calls from prison video. There were some very interesting things that were said in this video that we are going to get into just shortly. And just give us just a minute. And if you would, just put some popcorn emojis and some pink hearts in the chat. Let me know that you're ready for the show. Hello, Connie Jones from, am I saying it right? Is it Wadesworth or Wadsworth, Illinois? I got to take a trip to Illinois. I feel like I'm missing out on some stuff in Illinois. I definitely have to take a trip. Connie, you're going to have to let me know where I can visit and where I should go when I come to Illinois. All right, Mons is ready. Mons is ready. If you're just coming into the chat, welcome. Welcome, welcome. Wadsworth. Okay, got it. All right. So we're going to give some people just a little bit more time to get into the room. I actually wanted to go live earlier today, and I ended up having to take my son to urgent care because he was running a really high fever, and it turns out that he has strep throat. So go figure. Hello, Nosy Body. Hello, Blessed. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. We're going to get started shortly. So a couple of things I need to do on the back end. And if you are here, go ahead and drop a comment in the chat so I know that you're here. Hello, Bobby Jones. Welcome back. And Connie is ready. Now we've got Connie Jones and a Bobby Jones. Any relation? Probably not. I'm just kidding. Sister to sister said, I start writing my boyfriend Nesto a letter to listen to you. Oh, sister to sister, thank you. And for Stoonley S, hi, I'm new to your channel. Welcome to the Wisdom's Daughter family. For Stoonley, thank you so much for joining us on this evening. So how about I bought a whole new setup, new desktop, got the monitors, everything going because I'm going to be working from home some days out of the week, new microphone, all this new great stuff that I've been able to do with the help of all of my faithful supporters, and got everything set up, and I had to take it right back to the store. The processor was so slow I couldn't do anything. And so I have not taken anything out of the box. Oh, Connie Jones is the married name. Okay. Okay. All right, y'all. So Hello, Glorious. Welcome. All of my wonderful early birds. We're going to get started shortly. Just doing some stuff in the background here. So, you guys already know we're going to get into some Nesto and some Sonya because Sonya got a reality check. Now, granted, this video is from July, but it is juicy and we're going to talk about it. And I am interested also in knowing what some of you think about some of what was talked about in this particular um, video that we're going to cover tonight. So let me see if I can give you guys just a little bit of music before we get started. Let's see what we can do here. See what we can do here. Music wise, let me see. Okay. All right. Can you guys hear that? Just let me know in the chat if you're hearing the music. So I want to give a few more people time to come into the room. All right, Connie, thank you so much for the confirmation. All right, y'all. So let's go ahead and get into our topic. So I'm going to this jail call basically is a call between Sonya and Nesto. Some of you have already seen it. And Sonya is reading some charges to him, and then he's basically kind of talking her through some of what is in the warrants that she's reading. And Sonya is kind of getting a little bit of reality check. Sis is coming to a realization that things with Nesto are not going to go the way she thinks that they're going to go. Um, and so, yeah, it's really interesting with some of the things that she said. And of course, Canesto, who is the king of the long con, is trying to kind of reel her back in. So it's really interesting. You know, there's a little bit of wishy-washiness with Sonya, but we're gonna go through the call, and I actually found some other calls, and I have some clips that kind of relate to what's going on here. So, for example, when Ernesto first found out that Shirley's truck was seized by the police. You know, the famous line, how did they know where your beauty salon was, and all of that. And where she's telling Nesto what the police told her, and he basically says, oh, no, 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 they're lying. And now we have this call, July 2023, where Nesto is not really denying much of anything. So it's a really interesting dynamic. So, and I think Nosy Body, I don't know what this means. I dropped off from following. It's a bit much. Oh, maybe following the story. Yeah, I definitely get it. This story is very, very complex. And I can understand that after a while, people are just like, you know what, I'm nestoed out. But every time I think I'm done with this story, something else pops up and I'm like, oh my gosh, okay, I need to report on this. So go ahead and like the video on your way in so you don't forget. And we will go ahead and get into the first video. I'm going to pull it up here in just a moment. So I'm actually going to start with the clip of Nesto talking to Shirley, where she's telling him about how her truck was seized. I want to start there because it's related to the June video and it's going to kind of put things in context because these calls are coming out of order and it's very easily to take things out of context. So I want to give you guys the full picture. So let's start with that. And let me go ahead and share now. Okay, share screen. And make sure I've got the one that I want to share. I think it's this one. Yep, okay, it's this one. And okay.
Well, it was going okay. The police picked up my truck today.
What truck?
What do you mean, what
You're
truck?
talking about your white truck?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Why would they do that?
They said it's being used in the investigation.
Wow. Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, they came to the salon where I was, and they waited outside for me. When I got ready to go, they blocked me in, and it was a tow truck there, a flatbed, and they put the truck on the flatbed.
What?
And they offered me a ride home, and I told them no, of course not. And thank God the lady that does my hair brought me home.
What kind of shit is that?
Well, that's what they said. They said, I asked them, do they have any proof? I said, what are you guys doing? Why are you taking my truck? Because it's being used in an investigation. Do you have any proof? What are you talking about? Yes, we have proof. I mean, no, we don't have proof. We have probable cause. And that can lead to proof. Sheridan came. Your daughter Sheridan came in. I mean, they didn't say that right away. I'm just trying to tell you all the stuff. It's out of order. They said that, there are a lot of papers with my name on them. My signature probably has been forged.
Wait a
Sheridan
minute. I'm confused. What you saying?
Oh, come on, honey.
Now, funny how Nesto is always confused when there's some tea and some dirt coming out about him, right? So when he knows that there's something being said that's accurate and he doesn't want to admit to it, that's his go-to. I'm confused. The papers that Shirley is talking about, some of the papers that were found in his bag in his truck, in addition to there being papers with credit card numbers from a woman that he victimized, who he was also messing around with. This is the teacher. She's going to be talked about in the video that we're going to be primarily discussing this evening, that I'm going to show in a moment. But in addition to that, there was a copy of the lease where he forged some signatures. There were some other things in there. But that's his go-to. I'm confused. And Shirley checks him for once.
No. Hold on. I'm trying to understand. Where were you at?
I told you I was at the beauty shop, and the beauty shop is in Roswell. It's in Roswell, the same one I've been going to.
What?
And the same officer that arrested you was there, Officer Fields, the little white lady.
That's what it is. Wow. How did they know where your beauty salon was?
Now that don't sound fake. Listen.
I guess they've been following me. I don't know. I can't tell you that. I don't know.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, they said they were going to come and get it from over here, but it just, my car came up on the radar, the license plate, that it was in Roswell.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I don't have a. And I said, well, what are you going to do with my truck? What does my truck have to do with this? They said it's for the victims. They needed to pay back the victims, some of the victims, and whoever this.
Ain't no, they're lying.
Well, I'm just telling you what they told me, honey. I don't.
So you heard him. They lying. right? They need it for the victims. He basically is trying to say, what victims? They're lying. I didn't do anything, right? So we're going to pivot straight into the video that we're going to be covering this evening. And let me just go ahead and see, greet a few more people. Hello, Tanya. Hi. Glorious Love, that girl, Erica Caldwell, officially Lori. When I think I've heard enough, I get pulled right back in, sis. I was just saying that. I am just saying that. Hi, Deborah. I'll be glad when this case is done. I know. Listen, this case is evil. It, it keeps getting us sucked back in. However, you know what it is, there are so many moving parts to this story. We thought it was just, Shirley Strawberry, was talking about Steve Harvey behind his back. Then we find out that her husband was arrested. Then we find out that there's all these charges. Then we find out that there's some more charges worse than the ones that we heard, right? Then we find out that it was not just a credit card scam, with a mistress, but that he had a whole other girlfriend. It's just AKA Sonya. So this story has just taken on a life of its own. And I'm going to tell you, I mean, other than it will probably be the most interesting, I'm thinking that it will be the most interesting trial next to the R. Kelly case, because there's so much that we've been hearing about all this time, and some people are going to have to testify in this, not in the third. Just so much, from finding out the fact that Shirley's not legally married to this man. He had several wives and never divorced his first wife. So there's so much with this story. And then Sonia is just a whole other story in and of herself. So let's jump right into where is it? The call that we're gonna primarily be covering. And me too. I'm sure that, yeah, there Erica, there's so much more. I think interesting movie. You know what? I am hoping that Shirley Strawberry is going to eventually swallow her pride and come out with a book. I mean, she is a woman of God. Maybe the Lord will speak to her heart. I don't know. But I think coming out with a book and then, yeah, doing like a Lifetime movie, some type of movie limited series, I will definitely be there to watch. The only challenge with things like that is a lot of times you end up with these what's the word that I'm looking for, you end up with these movie studios that want to tell their own version of the story, and sometimes it just gets convoluted. So if they can find someone to produce the movie and to kind of keep it true to what it was, yeah, I think it would be, I think it would be very interesting. And they should give the money to the victims. I don't think Nesto should get a dime. Okay, I don't think he should get anything. I think everything should go to the victims. But I don't know if Shirley's ready for all of that. This woman's been through a lot. This is a level of embarrassment that no one can understand unless they were in this woman's shoes. And whether or not we feel like she had a hand in it, because she did know some of this when she married this man. But at the end of the day, regardless of what she knew behind closed doors, she just never thought it would get out. I don't think his trial will be televised. I don't know, Nosy Body, but I do have plans to attend as often as I can because I live in the area. So, and Infamous Sylvia definitely is going to be in the room. Sonya is also thirsty. She is stuck in the 90s. Yeah, listen, that's a whole other video about what's going on with Sonya and her insecurities. But I was, I almost want to say proud, but that sounds like a strange word coming from my mouth. And speaking of Sonia, but I think just hearing her say some of the things she said, with realizing and being honest with herself about this, you know, I guess, relationship that she was intending on having with this married man, and realizing that things are not going to go the way that she thought, and some of the things that she said. And when Nesto is trying to, hook her and reel her back in, she was really standing up and speaking her piece. Um, but just all in all, diminishing the victims, diminishing the case. I don't understand how she could have read what we've all read, these warrants, and not felt some type of way about Nesto. And so part of me is wondering, she have some type of mental issue going on, because all she's thinking about is the fact that he's he's a cheater, right? She's realizing where he was during the times when they were supposed to be talking and she could not reach him. So when you hear her now saying, "Oh no, we're just friends," oh, she means that. She does. She means it. Interestingly enough, she she means it. So, um trying to see how I can put your comments on auto so that I don't have to manually do it. But anyway, so let's get into this video because there's a lot here. I don't want to keep you guys all night. And I want to get to some of the stuff that want to get to some of the stuff that Sonya was talking about in this video. So let me go ahead and hit play. Sorry, y'all, I've got so many windows open. I'm like, okay, where am I? Let me close this window down. Okay. Here we go. Okay.
This video contains 4 calls made by Ernesto on July 20th, 2023. In these 4 calls, you will hear Sonya read Ernesto's charges to him. You will hear Ernesto say why his vehicles were parked at Erica King's house and where he says he was located at specific times correlating with his charges. You will also hear Ernesto say that Shirley Strawberry is his #1 witness. Take a listen.
Okay, go ahead.
Huh?
I'm listening.
Hold on. What you say?
I'm listening.
Hold on.
What's the matter?
Nothing. I'm tired. I don't. The thing is, it's so hard to read it because it's so tiny, and I don't. It's really tiny. So hold on. This is for 6/29/21 is the date, and this is step by deception. This is on June of 21, and this is Galen Bickham.
Okay, so the name is Gail Bickham. Okay. Sonya, let me, before I go any further, let me just say this disclaimer. Sonya is going to read this warrant almost verbatim. There's a time when I thought she was going to read a phone number. She doesn't, but she's reading all the victims' names out. And so I don't want anyone to think that I'm being insensitive. The information is already out there, it's public record. So it's not Galen, but it is Gail Bickham. And this is the real estate agent. And we're going to hear. So if you've heard stories about a woman that he conned out of almost 200 grand and took her paid off Mercedes, this is the woman that Sonya is reading about. Sonya is going to mispronounce quite a few words. Sis, I'm not going to say that she's illiterate, but she doesn't read or write well. She's just a step above Ernesto, so we're gonna give her some grace. But she likes to talk about Ernesto, but she can't read her damn self.
Wired $70,000 from her BD account to Wildcat RV, and then she did another $20,000 to the same place. But what she's saying is the vehicle was titled in your company name instead of her name. So they're saying you took her money and bought a vehicle and put it in your name. On July 7th, 22, Ernest Williams got arrested on an outstanding warrant of death by deception. William had been renting a home at 980 Pine Grove and not having paid the rent. So the landlord filed a report stating that Williams owed an excess of $26,000.
No, I don't know them. I don't even know them people.
All right.
So Nesto says he don't know them people. This is the rental property. So those of you who are following the story, when the story first came out, Nesto's like, and I don't even have a rental property. What rental property? I don't know what they're talking about. And what $1 million? Do I look like I have $1 million? Erica King, his co-defendant, this was his partner in crime. They were allegedly running a credit repair service and running a service to help people with their image. Okay. The whole reason why Nesto got caught is non-payment of rent from this very property that they're talking about. This is what kind of kick-started this whole thing that put him back on the radar, where, it just kind of escalated from here. Now he ended up with these warrants, additional warrants, because of the activity that was going on and the cons that he was running and crimes he was committing on some of these female victims who he bedded. Okay. And that's a part of Nesto's con, which is why Dre, his friend, said to him when he was in jail, I don't know how you're going to get out of this one. Your name is mud out here in these streets. Nesto's con is to name drop, name Shirley's name, Steve Harvey's name. Okay. Oh, my wife, Steve Harvey morning show, and all these celebrities. People go, he shows them his Instagram with him with all these celebrities. This is how he reels people in, and he garners their trust. And so he also gets very close to these women. You know, he puts the Nesto finesto on them, okay? And he finesses them, gets them in bed, and they begin to let their guard down. Sonya's going to be making some comments about the teacher who she's trying to say, well, if he made these charges, for example, in December, at least by January, you would have known. How come it's not until June that you're going to the police and now you want to say that, you know, he utilized your credit card without your consent, and basically trying to, this is why she keeps saying, oh, this is not criminal, it's civil, and saying that, you know, she would have known by then. But see, this woman was sexually involved with Ernesto. She let her guard down. She trusted what he was saying. So even though he wasn't delivering on his promises and kept asking her for money for different things, she's under the impression that things are happening simultaneously. But what actually happened is he promised her, oh, I'm going to help you with your social media. Give me $1,000. That never happened. Oh, you know what? You need a new car. I'm going to sell your car for you and get the best price for you, and then you can get something else. But he took her car, never gave her the money for the car or returned her car. And you'll hear in the warrants what exactly happened with that car, because that car ended up somewhere completely different. He tells her, oh, you need appliances for your house. Give me your credit card. I'm going to order some appliances. They're on sale. But he ends up buying those appliances for him and Shirley. She never gets them. You need work done on your house? Give me X amount of dollars and I'm going to get some guys to do the work. And that never happens. So Sonya's basically saying, how do you keep giving somebody money and giving them money and giving them money, and they haven't even given me the first thing? Give me $800 and I'm going to give you 2% of my company. But he was sleeping with her. You know, he put the liquid V on her. Okay. He Nesto finestoed her, and she was thinking with her heart and not her head. Okay.
He said this also, unless that girl used your name. Because I know she's.
Yeah, but I don't even know them people.
So what Sonya's saying right there is, unless Erica King used his name. Now, when Nesto rented this property, Nesto never met the landlords. It was Erica King under the name of Candy. I can't remember the last name. I have to look at the warrant. Something with an L. But anyway, I don't want to say it because it's also mentioning another person by the name of James and his last name, and I don't know if that's a real name or not. But under the guise of Candy, oh, you know, I want my employer, right? The guy that I work for is going to rent your property. And so she did all the transactions. She gave them the deposit and did all this stuff and set up the agreement and, you know, brought the lease to Nesto to be signed and brought it back to the landlord. And the occupants were listed as Ernesto Williams, Shirley Strawberry, Sheridan Strawberry, and her 7 and 12-year-old. Now, who the signatures on the lease was Ernesto Williams and Sheridan Strawberry. This is the reason why Sheridan had to go down to the police station to clear her name. And who knows what else she told them while they were down there, because Sonya and Ernesto are constantly bashing Sheridan and blaming her. Okay, she's the reason for all of this and blaming the victims. So just to give you guys a little background, those of you who are new to this story.
Okay.
Go ahead, I'm listening.
Crow stated that he believed that there were illicit activity happening in the home because he said he went in there and y'all had the key for 3 months and it didn't look lived in, but there were some things that was in there that looked kind of suspicious. And he said, okay, so there were multiple vehicles sitting in the driveway, including a Bentley,
Okay,
two Harley Davidson motorcycles, an ambulance. He conducted a walk through the home, heard the rental agreement, and said it was hardly any furniture in the house. And it looked like no one was living there, but the tenant had been there for 3 months.
Okay. So they had been there for 3 months. They owed $26,000 in back rent. But all these cars are in the driveway. A Musane Bentley that's probably worth 250,000 or more, two Harley Davidsons, an ambulance, some Dodge Chargers, and all these various vehicles. You've got almost a $500,000 worth of vehicles in the driveway, but you haven't paid rent. So, according to the lease, the landlord with notice is allowed to enter the property. And when he entered the property, there was no furniture. It didn't look like it was lived in at all. Not like, okay, you know what, they've been here 3 months and they, first of all, if you've got $500,000 worth of vehicles in a driveway, and you've been in a home that's supposed to be occupied by three adults and two small children, and there's no furniture in the house at all, the house. So the landlord realized, you know what, I don't know what's going on here. I don't know who's renting my property, because apparently what was in the house, whatever they did see, set off a sent up a red flag. Let's just put it like that. But Ernesto is going to try to say, I didn't know those people. And this is what I mean when I say that him talking to Sonya is going to really hurt his case, because they're going to be playing back these calls. Just like how we're playing back the calls and we're listening, they're going to play back and say, you know, okay, Mr. Williams, do you remember on such and such date that you said this? They're going to get him. He is slowly digging his own grave.
That sounds stupid because you could live. You don't have. Tanya had a house for 10 years and didn't have no fucking furniture in it.
Well, first of all, let me clear it up. I just kept that over there because she allowed me to keep it over there at that time. Yeah,
you just purchased it in the driveway, but somehow.
Because her husband did the work on the floors for me. That's who did the work on the floors and inside the vehicle. So we did it there. That's how we ended up over there. I wasn't
It's
there.
an entangled mess.
Huh?
No, it's an entangled mess. So he conducted a search warrant on his vehicle, registered to his wife, Mr. Dooley, and while conducting, there were three multiple items seized. The jetpack computer, what the fuck that is, iPhone in a black bag with various documents. Other items were two black dildos, a black mask with zips, and liquid Viagra. Through further investigation of the documents, it was found that the Bentley was in repossession as Williams stopped paying a car note. Other documents which prompt us to obtain search warrants for 980 Pine Grove as well as 990 Pine Grove, where the co-defendant of the case, Erica King, was living. So you're saying it's two.
So he tries to say that he didn't rent this property, that he was just leaving his cars in the driveway over at Erica King's house because she allowed him to. Erica King, who's the one who we really thought was his mistress, his girlfriend in Florida. We didn't realize that it was Sonya. We know now. We thought it was her initially. But she lived in a house right next to him. And she also was not paying rent. Okay, so she's not paying rent. He's not paying rent. Okay, but he's going to try to tell you, well, no. I was just leaving my cars there because they allowed me to. And her husband was working on the floors, but that's not the case. He was renting one house. She was renting the other house right next door. And when I say right next door, properties were like right up on each other. Okay. For those of you who haven't seen the house, we can go, I can go pull it up on Google if you want to see what it looks like, but we'll do that later.
2 units. It's 990, 980. So I found that Williams had a active arrest warrant in Henry County related to larceny, theft by conversion, where a check was written for a trailer for $9,385. The check was an NSF, and I found that Williams had an active warrant in Santa Clara, California, for within state extradition only. As investigation further, Williams charged with theft of service and deposit of account fraud, 7 counts of conspiracy to commit a felony. That was just stuff with her with the court case, saying that you and her showed up in court, and she said she was April. And you sat there, I guess, and didn't say nothing. when she was in court saying she was April.
Okay, so again, give you a little bit of background and context. Welcome to the family, Auntie D. Thank you so much for becoming a wisdom ambassador. So, she's talking about Erica King. So, Erica King apparently went to law school once upon a time, but does not have a law license. So, she might have gone to law school, got her JD, but never actually passed the bar. Okay. She pretended to be Ernesto's lawyer. They were in court together. He knows Erica King because he's known her for 20 years. She's all over his Instagram. It's interesting that even Shirley, when he first gets arrested and she finds out that his face is on TV, she says, well, do you know this woman? And he says, yeah, I know her. And he says, yeah, Erica Barup, because I can't say her last name. And first of all, he says to Shirley, you know her. And she's like, no, I don't know who that is, but they were at a Thanksgiving dinner together. It's on his Instagram. A lot of those accounts have been deactivated or they've changed the name, but the picture is still up there. Erica King is tagged in it. Shirley, everybody's around the table. It's either like, I think it's Thanksgiving. And so he's been friends with this woman a long time. How are you friends with somebody for 20 years? You know their husband knows you. You're saying the husband knows your character, but you don't know that this woman is not an attorney. And now you're sitting in court and your friend Erica King, who has a simple last name, but you can't pronounce it, says, I am April Holloway representation for the defense. Okay. Or however, however they say it. And so this is what's in the warrant. And see, when Ernesto was arrested, he told them Erica King was his lawyer. Okay. He told her Erica King, but she's trying to spin the narrative that Erica King conned him and deceived him and told him that he was a lawyer and that he didn't know. But we all know that he was very well aware. So again, just for those of you who haven't been following the story so that you don't get confused. So this is some of the things that is going to be problematic for Ernesto when he does go to trial. And I have spoken to some experts in the field who are following the story who told me that they believe that this is going to be a very speedy trial. It's not going to be drawn out for months and months and months because they have so much evidence stacked up against him that it's not looking good for Nesto.
She said she knew you for 20 years and that she worked for you.
You read that. Okay.
I did. Okay.
You read. I'm glad you read all that. So you see, I ain't lying to you.
Right.
And then he said he saw it. They arrested me in my truck. The truck was not sitting there. Okay. Mm-hmm. He said that he saw a truck parked there and he got stuff out of there. You understand what I'm saying? That's what you just said, correct?
No, I began an investigation to conduct a search warrant subsequent to his arrest on his vehicle registered to his wife. So he said after he arrested you, he got a search warrant for your vehicle.
Okay. When was that search warrant? Because search warrant they just wrote that shit up. It should have been had that.
Nesto is getting ready to lie about where his truck was. So he stated previously that he was looking at some properties, or he was driving in a strip mall or somewhere where he was looking at a potential space to rent. Either he lied then or he's lying now. This is what he said previously, in that the Roswell police officer Fields, who's the same person who came for Shirley's truck, pulled up on him. Okay. And he had open warrants. This is what Sonya just read a minute or two ago. He has warrants in Henry County. He has outstanding warrants in California, and they're not going to come for him here on the East Coast. But if he shows his behind up in California, the second he crosses state lines, they're going to apprehend him. Okay. But as long as he stays out of California, he's good. And he also did federal time in Kentucky for bank fraud. Okay. So this man has got issues all over the place. And Kentucky is the same state where he purchased the original RV with Bickham's money. Okay. So he met Bickham many years ago, before, he was still married to Carol, whatever it was, prior to 2015. And, they were talking about doing some business. She wasn't interested because she's trying to get investors for herself. She didn't want to invest in his business. She loaned him $1,000. He gave it back to her. A few years later, they reconnected a second time. Now it's 2015, and he is getting ready to marry Shirley Strawberry. Bickham doesn't know who Shirley Strawberry is, but congratulates him. And she sees that he's doing better for himself. So they, connect on social media, and a couple years go by. Now it's, 2020 going into 2021, I'm sorry. And he reaches out to her again on social media. They connect. He's going to help her with her social media presence, with her business, and all these things. So she wires him $90,000. He's in Kentucky. Wildcat RV. He's in Kentucky. She wires him $90,000 for the purchase of an RV, a motor coach. Okay, what I call the Great Mobile. This is the same motor coach that the teacher ended up on when he gave her that massage. Okay. This is why I say this story is very complex, a lot of moving parts. So stay with me and take notes if you need to. She wires him $90,000 to purchase an RV that is supposed to be for her business, but he puts it in his business name. He registers it under his business. Okay. Then he turns around and trades in that RV because he got the RV in June. She's getting ready to talk about this, Sonya. Trades in that RV with another vehicle, and he purchases a newer model motor coach. Okay. The nice, pretty, fancy one that you see on all over his Instagram. That was the newest one, the really nice one. And tells her, oh, I upgraded you. Didn't get her permission to do any of that. So Sonya says, oh, so you bought an RV in June and turned around and bought another one in August. So where did you put two RVs? So you got to be careful with Sonya because she's a little slippery snake. She's reading the warrants, but she doesn't have it up on the screen. And I have the warrants. I've read them, so I know exactly what they say, and I know which part she's leaving out. So again, I just want to put this in a perspective for you.
Did they go in your vehicle in front of you?
No, they did not.
Okay.
Yeah, I never see them go in it.
Okay, so they impounded.
Listen, when they locked me up.
The truck was where?
The truck was at a paint store.
Okay.
Yeah, they caught me up, threw me on the ground, handcuffed me, took me to the police department, and they said, we're going to go get your truck. I said, all right. I ain't thinking of it. Okay, go get it. If you're going to go get it. So they went and got it, bring it back. Oh, we're going to sit here, this and that, this and that. I said, okay. And they said, I need to get my wife, and I need to get my lawyer telephone number out the phone. If you read that on that warrant.
I read it.
He need to get his wife's telephone number and his lawyer's telephone number out of the phone. How you don't know your wife's cell phone number? I don't get that one. Anybody in the chat, any of you don't know your significant other's cell phone number, that the only way you could call them is if you get it out of your phone? I don't understand. I don't know. And at this point now, remember, they were married I believe January 9th of 2016. Okay. So not tomorrow, but Tuesday is Ernesto's 59th birthday, if you guys didn't know. So those of you who are writing to Nesto, not even be funny, send him a birthday card. It's his birthday. He's spending another birthday in jail.
Said that you said that Erica was the attorney.
There you go.
Right. Because for some reason she had you thinking she was an attorney.
There you
when
go.
She wasn't.
Right. Okay. So I ain't doing a line now. I'm keeping it 1,000.
Right, because you honestly thought that girl was an attorney when she tricked you and she was never an attorney.
And the lie detector test determined that is a lie.
She was a criminal. But she told you, you can know somebody for 20 years but barely see them. Like, I could have met you 20 years ago and saw you twice, 4 times, and said, I've known them for 20 years. That doesn't mean I saw you every day or every month in those 20 years. It just means I met them in 1990, and today is 2010, you know? So that's me knowing him for 20 years, not necessarily being involved with him throughout those 20 years. But that's how she made it seem, to state that she known you for 20 years, but she worked for you for 5, is what she tried to say. But, that's for court. You got to go to trial with that, and I would go to trial on that and squash what she's trying to say.
All right. right. So
Because
now,
she's painting a relationship differently, as if to me reading it sounding like you would know better, which that doesn't make sense because if I got money, any amount, a little money, whatever, if I gotta go to court, I'm not bringing no fake ass person to court.
But that's exactly what he did. And he's done it before. So Sonya is speaking on things that she's not fully aware of. And she's going to learn some more things as she reads this warrant. Okay. She anyway, let's just let it play.
That's a little
thank
bold
you,
with it.
thank you.
Ain't nobody going to court with no fake ass attorney. I don't know nobody that does that in their right mind that would go to court with a fake ass attorney ever.
Okay.
And as many times as you had to go to court,
And they were beating them,
mm-hmm.
as you could see that. I don't know if you can see that part or not.
So he says, and they were beating them. I guess he's talking about uh Erica King, aka April Holloway. She impersonated a real lawyer, not a fake lawyer, but a actual lawyer. Like who? I don't know. Let me tell you what I think happened here. Nesto has gotten away with a lot of this stuff before. Not only did Erica King pretend to be a lawyer, but Lamont also pretended to be a lawyer. He reached out to the teacher on behalf of Jones and Jones LLC. And the reason that they figured that part, because Sonya's going to talk about it, the reason why they figured that part out is because it was the same number of a number that was calling Ernesto in the jail. So there were several calls between Nesto and Lamont, and they realized that it was the same number. And so he's done this before. He's gotten off before. And to me, that sounds like Erica King has pretended to be a lawyer for him before, and nobody knew about it, and she was winning cases for him, and he got away with it. That's what I think. But anyway.
But I saw.
No, I don't see that she was winning, but
Yeah.
still, she told you she was an attorney.
And guess what?
Who won't question?
Even the judge said it. Because the judge looked for her barcode and everything.
So she stole somebody's identity.
Right.
Apparently, that bitch is crazy.
But she so looked it up. I was right there and I heard what I need to hear. She told me this what she do. I said, okay. But anyway, so let's get back to this right here. Now I got to get back to this here. Okay. 19.
So what you have to explain, don't say it now, but what you have to explain is how is it Erica King when she said her name was April in court?
Right.
So she went in court saying she was April. And you just like when you had the co-defendant, they said Hewley, and you was like, that ain't right. I don't know no Erica Hewley.
Right.
I'm like,
right. So why did he not stand up and say to her, hey, listen, who's April Holloway? Why are you saying your name is April Holloway? He was in on the con.
it's trick. Hewley is King, and some other names on top of that. So that's another thing here. Right. You're too trusting. Can't trust everybody apparently.
So.
Anywho, hold on. Okay, so what this person is saying, which is Bickham, she's saying that October 13, 2022, at 8 o'clock, detective, hold on, he's already linked up. Okay, so she interviewed him. They interviewed her on October 13th. This was before that article came out, because that came out Halloween. So Bickham advised that sometime around 2009 and 10, in the market crash, she met you. She was in Georgia.
Start right there. What did I say? I've been known him a long time.
Mm-hmm.
And I know.
During that period, she stepped away from him after his continued solicitude for money. Bickham advised that she did loan you $1,000, but you paid it back. She knew you were married to Carol at the time, and you were operating a barbershop. 2015, she ran into you in Atlanta, I guess 5 years later, and she said you had a new business, and you wanted to show her. She agreed to meet you at your barbershop located on Peachtree in Farr. Business at the time involved private coaches, motorhomes. William told Bickham that he was looking for investors for his new business. Williams also told Bickham that he was going to get married, and did she know who he was marrying? She said she was not familiar with the fiance, but congratulations. William then told Bickham that he was engaged to, that's repeating it, Shirley Strawberry. She's unfamiliar with Shirley Strawberry, and Williams explained that she's on Steve Harvey's show. She said congratulations again. Williams then asked Bickham about her business
That
interests,
don't make
and
no sense. That don't make no
I
sense.
know it's backtracking the report.
Okay, go ahead.
She was
That's
doing the
it.
same thing. Hold on. When previously met Bickham, she said she was doing the same thing from when William concluded, and she get that out my face. Yeah, whatever. Bring me my lemonade. It's on the counter. And went on her way. Williams later connected on Instagram with her and gave her the phone number 0177. And that was that. That's all this is for the ovary. Hold on.
I get it. I get it.
Okay, so
I get what's going on.
right. So she's just saying she gave you $90,000.
Okay, I know what's going on.
Okay, and apparently whatever she gave you for didn't come through.
I can't
But
come through. I'm locked up. So I got
this
all that
was
part.
no, this is June of 21. This is when she said this happened.
No, I got that part. What I'm saying though, June 21 all the way to 2022. Okay, that's when they interviewed her, correct?
They
When a person,
interviewed her, October 13th.
okay, so when a person get missing, what happens? They want to know where the fuck you going. You done ran off? No, I've been fucking locked up. So if these people had a problem with me, they would have been came forth and took action long.
Nesto been in jail too long. Okay, sir. You're talking about a whole year. You had a whole year to reach out to these people and correct whatever issues you were going to correct if this was a true and honest thing, right? So the teacher finally told him, which you're going to hear it soon, in June, either you give me back my money or my car, or I'm going to the police. Okay. And Ernesto tells her, okay, go to no problem. I'm gonna turn myself in. Why would you turn yourself in if you're not guilty? Right. And the same with the real estate agent. So she had issues with him going all the way through to 2021. And then I believe it was in October of 2022. This is 3 months after he was arrested, that she came forward to the police to tell them what was going on. But he was arrested in July. Okay. So he had over a year to rectify this with her. He had no intentions of giving her back her money or her car that he took. Someone asked about Shirley's ring. So what happened is she gave him initially $90,000 to purchase the RV. This is Bickham. This is the real estate agent. To purchase the RV because he told her, you know what, you should have a mobile office. This way you can expand your business. He hit her with the okey doke, put the RV in his name. 2 months later, he ends up selling that RV to upgrade to a nicer one. He had her write a check for $20,000 to, he first told her Danielle Drannins, but it was supposed to be Danielle Diamonds. Now, I don't understand why this woman did not question, well, why am I writing a check to Danielle Diamonds? What does that have to do with anything? I don't know what he told her to get her to do it. But she did. She also wrote out a $5,000 check to Dominique, whose real name I'm not going to say right at this moment, but you guys are going to hear it in this video anyway if you're paying attention. And also $5,000 or $6,000 to another alleged victim whose car was parked at this 990 Pine Grove Road. When the detective came by after the landlord called and said, hey, something fishy's going on, and they started running the tags, one of the Harley Davidsons came back to this Olivia person. So he cut her a check. So even though it's not really a Ponzi scheme, he was kind of like he was stealing from Peter to pay back Paul, basically. And so she wrote, this victim here, Bickham, wrote out a check for $20,000 to Danielle Diamonds. It was spelled wrong the first time, so she called the bank to have them cut another check. He used that to put down a down payment on Shirley Strawberry's $200,000 wedding ring. Okay, so that's the issue with the ring, which is why they took her ring. They also took her G-Wagon because he convinced this woman to sign over the title of her paid off, this is the real estate agent, same woman, paid off Mercedes-Benz, 2021 Mercedes-Benz, paid off. It was worth $70,000. Took the motor coach, took that vehicle, okay, added a little something to it, and purchased a G-Wagon for Shirley. So they took her vehicle and they took the ring, okay, because it was purchased with money that he stole from someone else.
Long time ago. before this even started with me. Do you agree or disagree?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
No, but
But they interviewed. Now, who interviewed? The same police?
uh, yeah, of course it came in field for saying the old special knowledge believe that it's the same person in field keep
There you
talking to
go.
people.
So what that tell me? That tell me that this motherfucker just got it out for me. I got that part. Now I'm correct on that. Second of all, now that other shit,
The Roswell police.
yeah,
Here they
yeah,
go
I
with the
got it. Now,
lies.
now I'm confident in all that. Now as this other shit, as this race shit, now I know all that is bogus. There for real. Okay, so I
Mm-hmm.
take it all the way back to what they did at that Bible session of the first one that I got. Okay, the first one I got. That's what the
Well, listen, hold on. It's the same. What on Mercedes stands. Okay, so again, she's saying 70,000, and then she said on. Okay, so she's saying again on. That was in June, right? But then she came back in August, 2 months later, and said that you did take on 8/21. This is stuff by this section. That William did take Beckham's 2021 Mercedes for 70,000 to trade in for another vehicle for Beckham. William deprived Beckham of a property when he traded the vehicle in for an RV titled to his company. So you got two RVs in 21.
Thank
Is
you.
what it's saying.
Thank you.
Or it's saying that in August you got an RV, and in June you got an RV. That you got
Where am I going?
90,000 in cash for an RV, and you got a $70,000 in for an RV.
Okay. So I got another question. If I'm doing all this, let me get it right. If I'm doing all this, what is that a civil suit or is that a death by deception? Which one is that?
So this would be
But if you
civil.
you doing
I would say it's a civil only because y'all got an ongoing relationship.
thank you.
Now, Sonia is not a lawyer. She's not even a paralegal. She loves to say she was a paralegal for 20 years. But we have her on a call just in March telling Ernesto that she found a job, a little customer service job for some big time company. Of course, it has to be a big time company, right? But a customer service job because she could not find a job or get a job as a paralegal because in Georgia, because she moved to be closer to her boo thing, her jail boo, because in Georgia they only pay paralegals like 12 to, or $15 an hour. I think she said $12 an hour, and they want them to, you have to go to school to be a paralegal, so they want them to have those credentials. So apparently she didn't go to school as a paralegal. Now she may have had a paralegal job, but she's not a certified paralegal. I have documentation that shows that she worked in real estate. Okay, she's never worked for a criminal attorney or anything like that. Sonia knows what she knows because she's been in trouble herself. Okay, so now she want to sit here and talk about what's civil versus what is criminal, and she sounds really dumb. You cannot take something from somebody and give it to somebody else, and then you want to say, well, because we were in a relationship, oh well. She's gonna make a comment about this car that it was unauthorized use. No, he stole this woman's vehicle, and we're gonna, those of you who know what he did with the vehicle, but those of you who don't, you'll hear it just shortly because I think that's gonna be on call number 2.
And y'all have done things before. That would make it more so civil.
Thank you.
But she's saying because it don't make sense if
Then she says, well, it's not, she says it's civil, but and it's something else, but it's not criminal. It's either civil or criminal. What's the something else? So again, this is some of the issues that I take with Sonia and why, I cut up on her, and I've called her slow, I've called her stupid and all type of names because this is what she presents to be. Okay, she sounds really, really, really unintelligent right here.
she felt deprived back in June, why would she turn around and give you a car 2 months later
Thank you.
for another RV if she felt some type of way back in June? Because it don't take 2 months to do that.
Because he conned her, dumbass. He conned her the same way he cons you and conned other people. Now, I also believe that he was having some type of a sexual relationship with this woman. I don't remember offhand if she said that she did or she didn't. I know he definitely was sleeping with the teacher, but this is what he does. He's conned more women than men. He has conned at least one man and conned a man out of $1 million. But this is what he does. So he put the Nesto Finesto on her, and she trusted him. She went um to Destin, Florida, got in the green water as he talked about to cleanse herself so that she can go to the next level. I don't know what else they did in that water, but sis obviously, this is what he does. He hypnotizes women in the sheets and then he cons them in the streets. That's what he does.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
So that's just, all of this shit is so minor, it should be bondable. This shit is so stupid. That shit should have been like a $5,000 bond. What happened? Him and some chick that he been doing business with. Okay, the shit didn't go right. Okay, $5,000 bond. Who cares? We'll fix it. We'll figure it out what it is or whatever. Why is it? Why isn't it? Yeah, well, why isn't it? See, they keep talking about the probable cause is going back to that landlord shit. He need to produce a lease and a utility bill.
Yeah, he ain't got nothing.
First and foremost, he need to produce that or any type of payments from you to him. Why he keep trying to say 980 was something that you was renting from him. Who was at 990?
She was at one of them houses over there next to each other. I don't even know what the
address. 980 and 990.
Yeah, I don't know that.
He said 980 was you and 990 was her.
Was her. Okay, but I never met these people. That's what I'm trying to say. I never met them. I don't even know them. I'm going by what she had going on.
You didn't know him, but you found
I
him.
listened to what she had going on, not my own instinct.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, straight up. But I can't talk about my damn self right now. Whatever. I can't talk about myself. Hello? Yeah.
Right. I mean, yeah, you gotta be careful when you got a record. You can't mess around with nobody that look like they're not on the up level. They got a lot of miscellaneous. But then it's how a person presents themselves. Because her husband may not have known what she was up to, and he right there married to her and could not have known anything about her but what she shows.
But he knows.
Now here's the kicker. The courts released her to James, whatever this her husband. I don't know if he's really her husband or her fake husband, but Nesto refers to her as husband, and I don't know any difference, so I'll say husband. But this person is potentially involved in this situation. He was most likely aware of what's going on. This is alleged. I don't know that, but I don't understand how he could have been there and did not know what was going on. And his name is listed. And so I don't know if they realized that when they released her to the address where he was living, but they released Erica King to a person who may also potentially be a person of interest in this case. So
knows, because I'm gonna have to subpoena. He knows my character. He knows my character. So I know that for a fact, and he was a good dude.
And then they need to ask her in court. Did he honestly know you weren't an attorney? Did you ever tell him he was an attorney? Because why would he take you to court as an attorney when he could have easily hired an attorney? Because I'm sure it wouldn't have cost much. It was just an appeal on a case.
That's all it was. Thank you.
And it was Shirley's case, not even your case. It was Shirley's case.
That's what I'm trying to say.
But they trying to say because you sat in court and this girl sat there in court and said she was not who she said she was, and you didn't say anything that you were part of the game.
There you go.
When all it could have been was she told me that was her legal, that was a name that she used when she was a. If she could have told you any kind of story that anybody could have believed, She told me that's the name she practiced under law. I never thought too much in it. It is odd looking back that her name is Erica and April, whatever. Like, I don't know. But some people are nosy and they get involved. Some people just listen and run with it. Like, okay, that's what you told me. That's what you told me. So this one is financial transaction card fraud.
Okay.
With Melanie Scratman's credit card.
Okay, now how
to Laura's
It's Scretchum. That's the name. She can't even pronounce it.
Huh?
Okay, I'm listening. Go ahead.
This was supposed to happen in 21
And I think earlier she was trying to say solicitation. She said solicitous. I don't know what she said, but again, she's gonna mispronounce a lot of words.
of December. This is supposed to be Williams did provide Melody Scratton's credit card to Lawless Truck Inc.
So now this is the teacher. This is the other victim. This is the teacher.
for the amount of $1,000
What?
without authorization from Melanie Scratton. So they're saying that
Wow.
if you, okay, what's this? Okay, so on August 15th of 22, this is after you got arrested, I made a phone call to Melanie, a victim of Ernest. Scratton reported her card stolen on June 4th to the South Fulton Police Department. I spoke with Scratton
Wow.
briefly about her relationship with Williams and asked her to send all the documents to me that she had regarding her case. Scranton mentioned that she recently filed another police report regarding Williams using her credit card for items not authorized and money not being repaid.
Wow.
On the 30th, she met with him at the police department in Roswell,
Who?
and she stated
No,
that
not me. Not me.
this is Melanie. This is Melanie, but she
Oh.
came into the police department. And she
Oh, okay.
stated September 19, 21, which is a year prior, she met you at a Starbucks. She was sitting outside speaking with some females, selling Mary Kay products. She told Williams that Starbucks was closed and that if he looked too long, he would end up buying something from her. Williams started speaking with her, bought some beard oil, told her she had a beautiful smile, and ended up exchanging numbers with her. He showed her his Instagram and how many followers he had and said he could help grow her business. He also mentioned that he could help her get her finance and life goals in order. William texted Scranton later on and told her that his team could work on a project that would cost her $1,000. She stated that she was looking into courses that cost around that same, so she said go ahead because, she's trying to look at a dog chase a rabbit.
This not
That's
making no
crazy.
sense to me at all.
Williams was telling her about his security company and wanted to show her that he could find people's information by running their tags. She stated that she went to the truck and grabbed the portable radio, then stated that you linked to 911 iNet. He gave a tag over the radio and received a full back report with all Scranton's personal information. On the 27th of that same month of 21, Williams needed to have $1,000 for social media work transferred to him via Zelle.
What
She
is it?
transferred.
What now?
He said that you needed to have $1,000 for social media work, and that
Okay, go
she
ahead.
stated she transferred $10 from her checking account.
$10.
Hold on. She
Oh
stated,
my goodness.
hold on, this is a fucking long ass report. She stated she gave $10 to Williams' SunTrust account to verify if it went to correct. Second transaction was $9.90. On October 3rd, 21, Williams called back, asked to meet her. They met in the parking lot in Alpharetta on one of Williams' motor coaches. When Scranton arrived, Williams was with a young female named Dominique, later identified as Alasia Alexander, who was his assistant but called his daughter. Williams.
So you guys have heard that name Dominique a lot. So now you hear the real person's name. And we're talking about the teacher right now, Scretchum, how Melanie Scretchum. However, it was the real estate agent who wrote out a check that was to be written to Dominique, aka you heard the person's name.
Stated that Dominique.
And yes, Sonya's getting pissed off by the second because she's realizing, that there's a lot more to Nesto that she didn't know, and realizing that he's got all these women going on, and realizing that her plans to be with this man may not be what she wants. She's gonna talk about it.
Uh, she could meet on the coach about the work Dominique would be doing for her regarding social media. When Scott was on the coast, Dominique, her son, was sitting with Williams in the F1 and F350. Stratton stated that Dominique was supposed to work on her content for Instagram to help gain followers. As of the current date, Dominique was never provided the service, and she was supposed to, after the meeting, Stratton left with her son and went to a pizza on the corner. After, when she was getting ready to leave, her car wouldn't start. She reached out to Williams. After a few attempts to start it, Williams stated to her that she needed to get a new car and to get one from under her. And to get that one from under her, he came to speak to her about a bank account and debt, and that he could get her under her debt and level up. She disclosed to Williams all the debt that she had. Okay, on October 6th, she said she met with you on the motor coach. Just asked, he was stating to her he was going to get her a Chevy Tahoe and that she could go online and choose what she wanted. Send him a copy of her driver's license, and he would need $3,000 sent to him via Zelle in increment payments, and that he would take care of the rest. She sent $1,000 of her savings, and during that meeting, William stated that he asked her if she liked messages, massages, I can't read. She said that
She said messages. She really can't read. And the thing is, I'm pretty sure Sonya has on her reading glasses, those thick glasses that she wears. She needs a new set of telescopes because the one that she has is not working. Okay, them bifocals are not bifocaling. Okay, so she needs a new telescope, and she doesn't know how to increase the zoom on her screen to make her screen bigger. So she also doesn't know as much about computers because, this is not her thing. And we see that with her Instagram and also with her YouTube page, her YouTube channel.
she did, and she had the same male massage therapist for a while. However, she stated that she felt uncomfortable with William massaging her because he was married. William asked if
You have 1 minute remaining.
massage therapist was married, and she said she didn't know. That it didn't matter because she was paying for a service. William responded with, "My wife knew what I was doing before she married me." Rose stated that William gave her a massage on a bed located in the back of a motor coach. On the 1st of November, William stated to Scranton that she needed to send him $500 for insurance on the vehicle. If she could not, that she could not leave the lot without insurance. He sent the $500 to the checking account, and then she met him on the motor coach to speak with him again about plans. Level up and received a massage. This was the first time the relationship became intimate on November 5th, 2021.
Thank you for using Global Tellink.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay,
I got to the part with the
hold on. So she said, November 1st, she went out for insurance. On November 7th, she was supposed to meet you to get the truck, but it never happened. William stated that he was busy hanging out with Charles Barkley and would let her know when he would have the truck. She said that Williams wanted her to do a pop-up shop for her business. It'd be good for brands to use the motor coach, and they felt like a good location was Douglasville. On November 10th, she called Williams about the truck and also about the pop-up shop.
So Carlton Brown asked, why was he arrested? So you got a couple of things going on. What got him arrested was that he had warrants for his arrest by the teacher. This is what she's reading right now. So let me just give you the quick version. So met the teacher at a Starbucks. She says to him, if you stay here any longer, you're going to buy something. She sells him some beard oil. He starts talking to her. He gives her the Nesto Finesto, name dropping. My wife is Shirley Strawberry and Steve Harvey Morning Show and blah, blah, blah. And he starts telling her, would you like a massage and all this other kind of stuff. And she tells him, well, I don't feel comfortable getting a massage from you because you're married. He says, well, what about your massage therapist? She's like, well, he's a professional and I don't know if he's married and it doesn't matter. Long story short, she ends up in bed with this guy. He promises to help her with her social media image for $1,000. He never does it. He promises to sell her car for her and give her the money. He never does it. He was supposed to be helping her buy a Tahoe. Now, I don't know where she thought she was going to get a Tahoe for $3,000, but 3 sets of transactions of $3,000. Okay. Never does it. She gives him $800 for stock in the company. She gives him money or lets him use her credit card to buy some appliances, which she never gets. The work done on her house, she never gets. All of these things. So eventually, I think what was the nail in the coffin was when she's like, listen, I need a car. He gives her a Dodge Charger to drive. She's driving that for 3 months and then it gets repossessed. Now he tells her that, listen, I sold your car, but the buyer is in Dominican Republic. When the buyer comes back, we'll get the money. Go ahead and stop making payments on your car. Right? This is the car that he was supposed to sell for her. Go ahead and stop making payments on it. No problem. You can stop making payments because I sold it. So she does. Now she's getting notices in the mail about, she's behind on her payment. And she's like, listen, my car is about to be repossessed. I need the car back or I need some money or I'm going to have an issue. I don't have anything to drive. She's driving the Dodge Charger. That gets repossessed. I need to get to work. I have an autistic son. So he says, okay, I'm going to give you a vehicle. But then he shows up to her house at 3:00 in the morning. Sonya's getting ready to talk more about it. 3:00 in the morning. And she doesn't know military time. So she doesn't understand that, 300 is 3 a.m., but she figures it out. 3:00 in the morning with an ambulance. He sleeps with her, drives her to work the next morning. The ambulance breaks down. He calls a tow truck and her son have to walk back home. So not only does she not make it to work that day, but he doesn't make it to his special school that day. She had enough. She told him basically in April, April or maybe it's June. If you don't give me my money or my car, okay, run me my money or run me back my car or I'm going to the police. And ultimately he says, well, I know what you told the police. I get it. I understand. I'm going to call a lawyer and I'm going to turn myself in because at this point she had went to the police and they had a warrant out for his arrest for theft by deception. So that's why he was actually arrested. And once they picked him up, then they realized that he had open warrants in Henry County. They realized that he had this warrant in Henry County, but they also realized that he had another warrant in California, all this other stuff. And then they found the black bag that was in his truck with the 2 black dildos. Sorry, it's going to be a little graphic. Get the kiddies out the room. 2 black dildos, liquid Viagra, a BDSM mask with zips. Okay. This is a mask that goes over your head. Your eyes are covered, your nose are covered, and the only thing is the mouth part unzippers. You know how we say zip your lips? So the mouth part unzippers. Okay. It's a bondage, domination, sadist and masochism mask because he was into all that. In addition to his laptop, the GTAC lab computer, and his cell phone. And it's this laptop that they found the video of, this child stuff, okay, with the children and the animals. All right. So we're going to hear more about it.
He said he was in Texas. We had to contact and get back with her. On the 12th, she was supposed to do the pop-up in Douglasville, and Williams stated that she would not be able to do it because the generator would not start, and it was a cold day. He also said that that she would need to give him $200 to cover gas for security for the next day available for the pop-up shop. She stated,
that's in a warrant? Oh, that's in a warrant? Oh, that's a statement.
No, this is all in the warrant. This is the affidavit for arrest.
Now, notice he doesn't deny anything. Like he told Shirley, they lying. He didn't say they're lying. He said, I think he's confused one time, but all it is, he's not saying he's confused. Okay?
Okay, go ahead.
I'm from shop. She just spent 200 for the pop-up sale. Okay. On November 15th, she reached out about telling not received it. Now she's paid 2,000 and stated that he was back from Charlotte and was surprised that the dealer had not called her. On the 17th, Williams contacted her and asked her how much debt she had on 3 credit cards. He told Williams the amount of the credit card. Williams stated that she needed to pay 800 into the private security, giving her 2%. Spent 800. Scranton had not been given any percentage of ownership. Williams stated that.
Now you tell me if it makes sense to you. You're going to give someone $800 after you done given them all this other money and haven't gotten anything. You're going to give somebody $800 for 2% of their company. That's why I say that was his con, getting them in the bed. Okay. I'm going to be a little profane for a second. He dick whipped them. Okay. That's what he did. Okay. He used what he had. Okay. And put it on them. Okay. Nesto has made comments about his jewels. Okay. And apparently he's well blessed in that area. And that's what he has done. He's turned these women out. And so they're making really poor decisions.
He would speak to her son that was in Memphis and that he was upset because young girls were shot. And he mentioned to her that he was there purchasing a command center for assistance, sent her an image on the 23rd of November.
What?
Williams, on the 23rd, Williams stayed the night. This is November 2021.
Okay,
You stayed the night at her house for the first time. During the stay, he asked if there's anything she needed help with on her house and that he has guys that can help with handiwork. She made a list of all the work she needed done and sent it to you. Williams received the list. He stated that he needed $500 to pay the handyman for the work. She sent the $500, and for the repairs, the house has never been fixed. On December 1st, during a conversation between Williams and Scranton,
Now, he didn't deliver any of these things, but Sonya's going to tell you that it's civil. She will say, no, it's civil because y'all were in a relationship. It's civil. When she knows good and hell well, because she's not that stupid, that this is definitely criminal. I don't care if she was sleeping with this man or not. You can't do what this man did. Now, unfortunately, she trusted the wrong person, meaning this victim, this teacher.
Stated that he needed to go to the Chevy dealer to talk about the Tahoe when they would receive it. What is this, 2 months later? Williams stated that he needed to go to the Chevy dealer. Okay, so Scranton stated that she and Williams started planning a trip during Christmas break as she's a teacher. She gets 2 weeks off. During the same call, Williams stated that Stratton that he would be able to pay off her debt for her and that Dominique would be bringing her the money via check. The money was never brought. Williams said that to Scranton that she needed to renovate her kitchen, that he can get the appliance from BrandSmart. She agreed. Stainless steel. Williams. Scranton gave Williams information. 3 credit cards. She needed to spread. The charges.
None of that
for the
stuff don't
appliance.
make no
The
sense.
cost 3 credit cards. And she operates. Okay, so whatever. On the same day, Williams charged $2,000 at Precinct 1 Auto on her Carnival MasterCard.
Who? What's the name of it?
Carnival MasterCard without authorization from her.
Come on,
Williams
Nesto.
purchased
You know what this is.
multiple vehicles from this location. Through a search warrant of the way they found a receipt. Scrap paper with the Scranton credit card number was found in Williams' black backpack in the vehicle. The same day, Williams also used her Family First credit card and made the purchase in the amount of $1,017 to Laura's truck. On the 2nd, William charged $1,000 on her credit card and $800 to the family first to that truck spot. On December 4th, 21, he asked if she had any room on her credit card, and then proceeded to make a purchase without her consent. All of this without her consent don't make sense
It
because
don't make no
if
sense.
you calling and asking if you got any more room, how am I sneaking and using her credit card?
Thank you. You keep
It
doing
sounds like
the
a
same shit.
relationship that went awry.
Because he didn't use her credit card. He had the number written down on a piece of paper in his black bag with the 2 dildos and the mask with the zips and the liquid Viagra. Come on, Sonya.
And
She's trying to make every excuse for this man. And I don't know if it's because she's just really passionate about people who she thinks are innocent not being in jail, or if she's just doing this to stay in his good graces. I don't know. Th- Listen, she has so many nicknames, and Psycho Sonya is one of them. Okay. She's another one. Sonya Khan, she's another one. So, you're talking one criminal to another.
don't want to pay for this shit because she didn't it didn't work out. So instead of her
Hold on,
trying
hold
to
on.
pay,
I'll keep reading. I want you to keep reading because I'm going to bust this bub when I tell you this right here because I'm going to show it to you because you got the paper in
You
front of
already
you.
showed us
Keep
enough,
going.
Nesto. You in trouble.
so on the 4th, he asked her if there's any room on the credit card.
What month is this?
December 2021.
Okay, remember I said I don't know. I don't remember nothing like that going on. But now I'm catching it. Come on.
Okay, so in the amount of $1,000, right? And transaction was not authorized. No money was returned. December 13th, Williams stated that to her, and he would need at least $1,000 sent to him for the Tahoe. She sent $1,000 from her checking account. So why does she keep sending money if she feel like that don't make sense? Why you keep sending money if back in October you're supposed to get a truck and he keeps telling you this?
Thank you.
How you keep sending money?
Reading.
During the rest of December, she faced the family tragedy when she lost 5 members to a fire. Williams and her never traveled, but he tried to advise her that in order to pay for the funeral, she would need to up her credit limit.
Oh my God.
I can't stand that laugh. That's a laugh of ridicule. He is ridiculing this woman as he reminisces about what he told her, at the fact that she actually went along with what he said. Oh, you need to up your credit limit, in order to pay for the funeral. See, Nesto has different types of laughs. He has that nervous laugh that he does as kind of like a deflection when something is being said and he knows he's responsible for it and he feels bad. He has that ridicule kind of laugh. He has that laugh that he does when he feels like someone is lying, kind of like that type of laugh. I can't stand that laugh. I really can't. Sonya is not reading something right. Yeah, she's leaving stuff out.
Credit looked better. She stated she was getting frustrated because she has paid thousands of dollars to Williams and had absolutely no return. I don't get that. No vehicle, appliances, work done at her house, social media work, and this sounds more so civil because it sounds like a personal relationship. That's what this is. This really sounds civil.
Okay, come on.
This doesn't sound criminal because if I'm dating you and I'm kicking it with you and you're giving me money, it's personal. It's not business. Even though the immediate meeting was business, 2 months later it turned personal. So now we're kicking it in a sense. Because I'm coming over saying we're fucking whatever. Okay, so and had no vehicle, no appliances, no work opportunities in the company, and she was promised Scranton. She then told Williams that they need to chat. She initiated a $1,000 request through Zelle to try to start getting some of her money back. Williams said that he cannot process it as Dominique has control over his account. January 20th, she, in a conversation, stated to Williams that she was going to trade her Nissan Altima in the CarMax. Williams stated to her that he would be able to get more money from the car if he had a buyer lined up. Williams bought one of his 2015 Chargers for Scranton to use while he was going to sell the Nissan. Scranton drove the charger for a few months and kept asking when was he going to get the money from the vehicle. William kept stating that he was trying to travel when he spoke with her and said he would,
Okay.
it's long.
That's a whole book there.
It is.
A whole
I've
book.
heard them.
Wow.
It sounds like a whole relationship.
Okay, go ahead.
And this does sound like a relationship. It doesn't really sound criminal. It would have been criminal if you dipped and dipped out and then,
Sonya sounds real disappointed. Sounds just like a deflated balloon.
never returned the call and all that. But it's because of this ongoing situation. It should have been a civil matter, is what it should have been. She should have sued you civilly for this. This wasn't criminal at all. So you let her use your car while you was on hers, and on March 9th, you called her and asked if she could place some appliances at her home. She said she's not at home and there wasn't enough room. And you sent her a photo of all the appliances, which from the house at the 2155 Bent Creek, Alpharetta. Is that right? This is a house that you shared with Shirley. Williams sent a photos, Shirley, photos later showing the appliances lit on the back of the white truck, taken them to the storage unit. This was also the day that Williams and his wife were evicted from the residence. On March 13th, William met her in a different vehicle. He gave her a 2015 Dodge Charger. During the rest of March and April, she continued to ask for the money. William stated that the buyer was a Dominican and that as she returned, she would be able to get her the money for her vehicle. William told Scranton to stop paying on the auto loan due to him selling a car. She stopped paying as she believed she would have the money in hand for the loan in full. She started getting notices for payment and eventually told Williams that if she did not get the money for the car, it was going to be repossessed. On May 2nd, 22, the Dodge Charger she was driving was totaled from her place of work. She found out that the vehicle had been repossessed and that it was being stored at Atlanta Carland. She stated to Williams that he needed to give her the money for her vehicle or give her the vehicle back as she now has nothing to drive. Williams came over at 300 hours on May 3rd and spent the rest of the morning hours with her.
What is
300? 3 o'clock.
In the morning?
Yes.
Oh, 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
Okay, go ahead.
3 o'clock in the morning would be 12. It starts at 12. Would be 24. 24 is midnight. No, it's 3 o'clock in the morning. That's 3 o'clock. 300 hours.
Okay.
I think that's 3 o'clock in the morning.
Is it raining over there? It's starting to lighten over here.
Okay, so at May
That was
3rd,
random.
and spent the rest of the morning hours with her so that he could drive her to work that morning. On May 4th, Williams arrived with an ambulance for her to drive, but he ended up driving her and her son instead. While on the way to work, the ambulance broke down and he called a tow truck. She and her son walked home. On May 5th, Williams started asking her if she wants to work with him, and
Now, the audacity of this man. He owes her all these things, all these promises he made, all this money she's given him. And now, which would have been the final straw for me, I would have been, well, first of all, it wouldn't have gotten this far, but say it did. Now she has to walk home with her autistic son, and he has the nerve to turn around and say, hey, listen, do you want to get in on this business venture with me? What the hell? Y'all, hold on one second. I need to check on my son. My dogs are barking. I think something's wrong. So I'm going to let this play. Y'all continue the conversation in the comments.
The registered agent for his bail bond business. She declined. On May 17th, she asked him again for the money for the vehicles. On May 18th, she received a text message. That's why your ass couldn't be found at first when I was here in May, because you was all with her. I'm seeing where your ass was there.
No,
Yes, you was. That's
okay,
what it's
go
saying.
ahead.
Anyway,
You don't know what you're talking
on May 30th, she messaged you and stated that if he does not put the money back for the vehicle in her account by May 30th, she's going to call the police. I filed a stolen car report. On June the 4th,
Okay, stop right there.
she reported her car stolen.
Hold on, stop right there. In May, you know where I was at?
Mm-mm.
I was in fucking Dallas.
You was in Dallas.
You fucking right, I was in Dallas. Do you remember?
You wasn't in Dallas the first week of May because I saw you. I saw you when I was here.
Yeah.
And
I
was here the first 2 weeks of May, and I saw you twice or
Damn
once.
right.
I saw you
Damn right.
twice, but you were in Dallas.
Yeah,
you did
I
go
know
to
I
Dallas.
was. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Keep going.
You did go to Dallas. Mm-hmm.
Keep going.
So, okay, June 4th, she did it. Okay, so June 6th, we started texting her, demanding a copy of the police report on that same day. Her car.
Let's go back to my head went to her knee. Go ahead. Because I can tell you exactly where I was. I'm keep going now.
June 6th, you started texting her, demanding a copy of the police report on that same day. Her car is located in Conyers. Okay. The car was being driven by Tracy, who was arrested for.
Okay,
I remember.
You remember that now?
I remember that.
All right.
For the car, okay, because the car was being driven by Tracy, was.
Oh, girl, fucking grandmama.
Yeah. Was identified as the granddaughter.
There you go.
Interviewed with. Okay, she was in the Dominican Republic and was told by Williams that he had paid the car off for her and had given it to her. She was driving the vehicle around under the impression that it was paid for. So on June 8th, 22. Now this is after the alleged second. She's trying to say it twice that she was riding around in the car.
Thank you. I'm trying to tell you all this shit's gonna add. It's gonna all make sense.
So how is she riding around in the car and you her?
That's
crazy. And then you cool with her grandma.
And her fucking daddy, they gave her. And when you say how much money, boy, you ain't have no clue.
Okay, so that's crazy how all of this is like don't even make sense. And you're not even really like understanding the book of this. So on June, so through interviews with. She was in the Dominican Republic and was told by Williams that he had paid the car off. Okay, so on June 8th, Williams stated to her that he knows what she told the police and it's okay. He understands. He also stated that he had a lawyer and he would go turn himself in as a warrant for theft by deception had been obtained for him. And that was the other one, I guess.
That's it. That's right. You got
and then on June 9th, she received a call from Williams' lawyer, Josh Jones, with Jones LLC, in regards to the stolen car. The number refers to, registered to an Earl Lamont, who is one of Williams' friends, partners, and jail associates from his past incarceration. This number has been dialed in conversations had by Williams from the jail on August 13th, 15th, 16th, 23rd, and 24th.
So somebody said earlier in the comments that Lamont didn't think to use a different phone. See, there were so many things they weren't counting on. They weren't counting on that these calls were going to hit the internet, and it was done legally. Phone calls from prison, who is the reason why I'm doing this live in the first place. Filled out the necessary paperwork. She paid her fees. She got the audio. She edited it down into bite-sized pieces. Okay. Can you imagine? Just think how overwhelming we get listening to these videos. She's had to go through hours and hours of videos and content that doesn't even get posted because it's just not a lot going on. But anyway, so Lamont was not smart enough to use a different phone or a burner phone. So they figured out that he also was not a lawyer. So Nesto was going to have a really difficult time trying to figure this out. Yes, this girl was only 19 years old. Sonya's trying to play like, oh, she's a grown woman. She's not even old enough to drink. This was a woman that he took advantage of. Who knows what he promised her? And the truth of the matter is, I don't know if you guys know, but she was living in that RV. Okay. He was using her for servitude and, driving the RV to the Walmart parking lot. Those of you who saw my live with infamous Sylvia, the field trips, we took a visit to the infamous Walmart. And funny enough, we actually did see an RV there, a smaller one. But anyway, but the point is, this is what Nesto does. He preys upon women who he can manipulate, who he can con. He fast talks them. and they trust him and end up, in the predicament that they
William
found
Wait a
themselves
minute.
in.
Who in jail?
This is when you was in jail and you was calling
Calling who?
Lamont.
Okay, what about him?
You was referring to him as Lamont. They say in the car, the number on the register to an Earl Lamont.
Okay, what car? Oh, the call. Okay, go ahead.
The call.
Okay.
Hold on, or whatever. William has been referring to this individual by Lamont. To date, she has not received her money back. He's in jail now. Williams committed theft by deception, obtaining the bail amount of $1,000, a bail amount of $1,000, a bail amount of $1,000, a bail amount of $500, $200, $800, $500,000. Williams did commit financial transaction fraud when he provided Melanie with a credit card on December 1st. So this is all somewhat civil and somewhat not, because it's not criminal at all. Because
It's somewhat civil and somewhat not, but it's not criminal at all. And this is who he calls coach. Okay. And this is why some of these lawyers have run off, because Sonya says at the end of this whole video that she's going to take some notes. She's going to basically redline the warrant, the complaint, and add her little notes to it and bring it to the lawyer. Okay. No professional wants an unlicensed, unprofessional ex-con, because Sonya did, she's been arrested. She has admitted to having been sentenced to house arrest with an ankle monitor. But no one wants an unprofessional telling them how to do their job. Okay. And so some lawyers ran off because they were like, Nesto, you were just too much for me, and this is just too much, and I can't do it anymore. Okay. And some of them ran off because of Sonya.
if you did charges in December,
Not only did the lawyers run off, but Dre ain't messing with Nesto no more. Last conversation, Mr. Dre told Nesto, I don't know how you're going to get out of this one, player. And he was calling, Nesto was calling Dre, trying to, solicit for money from him. And Dre is like, listen, I'm done. So Dre is done. He can't depend on Lamont is not calling anymore. His son is not dependable. He's only spoke to his daughter Laverte twice. So all Nesto has is Sonya. Even his friend, his last resort, Daryl. Yeah, I need to get some money from you if you can help me out with this case and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I'm going to come tomorrow. Never came. Not answering texts, not answering phone calls. Okay. So everyone has a bend. They are tired of Nesto. The only one still hanging in there is Sonya. And he's going to do anything and everything he can to hold on to her. And see, he hits her with the verse psychology by pretending like, well, if you want to go and you want to leave, ain't no big deal to me. I'm okay. But, whether I live somewhere else or whether I live with you, he kind of throws in these innuendos, right?
in 21, and she's talking to you in June. She done seen the statements in January. So there's no way she did not know about this thing. And for her to say it was unauthorized and to keep giving you money after you made an unauthorized, so she say, purchase with her credit card doesn't make sense. If you took my credit card and used it, I'm not going to turn around and give you some money 3 months later.
First of all, why would I take stuff from anybody? I don't got to take nothing from nobody. I'm an ex. I don't have to do that.
But you did.
Everything what she got going on don't make no
She's
sense.
saying that so she don't have to pay for it is what she's trying to turn around and do now, because it blew up in her face and
Right.
she didn't. And so now that she's now fucking with you and she's probably mad at you, fuck it, if I gotta make it a criminal case, if that's what they want me to do, because when she starts coming to them, I don't know. But
I already know what it is. I already know they could hurt her to do a whole lot of things. And the only reason I helped her with that car is because her son was autism. That's the only reason she had to take him to a fucking special school every fucking day, just to take him there. That's the only reason I did that. So if somebody's different, somebody gonna offer you something to drive this shit too. That don't make no sense.
Right, the whole story doesn't even
Make
fall.
no fucking sense.
It's not criminal, that's for sure. It's a relationship. You're giving her stuff, y'all staying, y'all spending time. You're not following through with some of your promises or whatever the case is or whatever. That's what she's claiming. It's that you made false promises, whatever. That happens in relationships. So I mean, it looks like a relationship. Is what it looks like. And she got mad because you know, she got tired of waiting on your ass, and so she's still not reported stolen.
First of all, I'm not gonna set myself up like that. I'm not stupid.
But you did,
I
and
know
you
how
are.
motherfuckers come at you. I know that. I had too much to lose to play a petty game. All that shit petty. Everything in there is petty.
So right, so that right there
Everything in there is petty. No, Nesto got comfortable and he got sloppy and he got caught.
is like it looks like a lot of your shit is just people you deal with bullshit.
Yep.
People are trying to help. That's what that was.
Mm-hmm.
All of that was is help. And if you see when it's saying that the grandma got locked up for the car, I want to know about that police report. I want to know why did you sit here and report something that's stolen that wasn't stolen, that no one stole from you.
He wanted that police report so he could know how he could potentially con the police. You know, he would know what to say and what not to say based upon what they already knew and what they didn't know. And this is why he's constantly asking Sonya things like, well, tell me what you think and what's in your head. What's your end game? You know, he wants information so he can control things and control people. That's why he got upset that Shirley knew some things about the case before he knew about. They supposed to talk to me. You know, because now he can't get ahead of it. He can't spin the narrative. All right. And he told the lawyer at the time to stop talking to Shirley because he wanted to keep her in the dark and tell her what he wanted her to know. He's doing the same thing to Sonya.
It's not considered stolen. What it's called is it's called unauthorized use of a vehicle because I gave the car to somebody that I know. And then when she asked for back, you didn't give it back. So that's called unauthorized use of a vehicle, not stolen.
Right.
So she gave you the car. You just didn't give it back when she asked for it. No. That's why it's unauthorized use. Because now I want my car back, and you didn't bring it to me, so it's unauthorized use. It's not.
First of all, it blowed up in her face when she figured out that her daddy gave the money.
No, it's about to blow up in your face because you stole the car, gave it to somebody else, okay, who you allegedly arred, okay, in your great mobile, and told the woman that the car was paid off. So she had her grandmama driving in around the car, and her grandma got arrested. Can you believe that?
For that shit. It blew up our.
So that's the third victim. He takes a car. So victim number one is the real estate agent. Victim number two is the teacher. Victim number three is the great victim. Okay. So he takes the car from victim number two, gives it to victim number three, tells victim number two, oh, she's in DR. I'm going to get you the money. Victim number three now thinks that the car is paid off and, oh, thank you for the car. So she won't go to the police and tell them what he's doing to her because now he's giving her stuff. So now victim number three has developed Stockholm syndrome. Okay. And now grandmama gets arrested because victim number two reports the vehicle stolen. Like, this is crazy. He just messes up people's lives.
They're going too fucking fast. That's what happened. You can't turn back then.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And I don't understand why you got an innocent person locked the fuck up. This is shit they don't know nothing about. That lady was locked up for nothing. It makes no sense. Then I know why the other person did what they supposed to be doing. Because they done treated him to say anything. So I figured that out. I figured that out last week when I figured out what's going on. I figured that out. They scared him to say shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but how you tied into all this here? That shit makes no sense to me.
It don't make sense that she January 22.
This shit is running goddamn crazy as a motherfucker. All that shit running crazy.
It don't make sense that she's having all these conversations with you, but she said back in December you used your credit card.
Hold up, mine or hers?
Without permission, hers.
It's
saying you used her credit card on 3 occasions, but she's talking to you after the fact and giving you money. So it's like, how can you sit there? If she got text messages to support what she's saying, like when it happened, like a month later when she got her bill to say, why is my credit card $5,000 instead of $4,000? Oh, here's $1,000 charge that I didn't do. And then she would call you and be like, why did you charge this? You know what I'm saying? It would be a conversation. But again, if that was the case, why was she still giving you money when she could have put that money you asked for and said, I ain't giving you shit, I'm about to pay this bill that you put on my card?
Because he was laying it down in the bedroom. Okay. God had all messed up. That's why. Okay. We were all young and dumb once. This woman just happens to be a little bit up there in age and got taken.
But again, I don't get it. I don't know her. You know what I'm saying?
First of all,
see what happens when you smile in people's face and push up at them at the coffee spot.
Whatever.
Keep smiling at strangers.
Two things for
So listen, that's a straight. That's not a criminal case. That right there is not criminal.
Hey, I'm talking about both on.
The girl is talking about. That's not. If she's riding around in your car, still hanging out with you 2 years, 3 years after the fact. Who does that? And her father and her grandma kissed it and talked to you. So it's like, how, that don't even to say, oh, he said he was going to kill me. Girl, you sound stupid because you out here in the streets kicking it and moving. And Dominican Republic, like you out the country, it's plenty of opportunities for you to say something and not worry about somebody coming to kill you. That's just stupid. So you can't even say.
When was that statement? When was the statement? What statement? When was that statement made? Okay, so first of all, none of that.
She hasn't made it recently. I mean, because remember in December, it's on the paperwork here.
That makes no sense.
No, it none of it makes. It's all efficient. I would say everything a hot mess that they turn into a criminal case. That's what it is. They turn everything into a criminal case that should not be. But the landlord bullshit, that's
all
civil.
of it.
And unless he produces a lease, again, that's civil.
The
shit with the lawyer, that's some shit that she did. Ain't no way nobody in their right mind gonna go to court with no safe house attorney. That's something she tricked and lied.
You have 1 minute remaining.
Do that shit, not and trusting because I guess she felt like maybe know about her. We don't know her, but maybe she did go to law school. Who's fair? I'm not going to question her. If she says she's a lawyer, who lies about that? I get that.
So what you think about? I need to call you back one more time, or call you back later.
Call me back later. Or you gonna call me back one more time? That's gonna be it for today.
I'll call you back later. Okay.
Because I ain't working. I ain't got no job.
I got it. I understand.
You heard her, right? You heard her say,
"Yeah,
I ain't got no job." Now in March, she had just gotten a job making. I don't know if she said how much she was making, but at least $15 an hour doing customer service. She said, "Yeah, it was no big deal, just doing customer service." April, May, June, July. It's 4 months later. And she already lost her job or quit or is not working. And this is the same woman that said, Shirley should put her husband before her career and just forget about her job at the radio station if that's what she's concerned about, because, she can do more things other than radio. She could just get another job. No, Sonya, that's what you do. That's what Sonya does. Sonya jumps from job to job. Okay. I don't know about all these businesses that she's supposed to be involved in, but as you can see, nothing has come to fruition.
What is that?
So when I go to court Monday, I got to figure out how this judge gonna listen to this bullshit.
Well, what she needs to do is she needs to file a motion, and put all this gathered up into one motion statement. It was a personal relationship that went awry.
I'm talking about
Thank you for using Global Tellink.
What's wrong with your phone?
I kept slapping zero and slapping it. It just could not take. I texted you to tell you, to call me back. It wasn't working. I always get called back like 3 times in a row.
Yeah, the pad is cut off at 10 o'clock.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I texted you to say call me because it's not acting right, but I was hitting 0. As long as I answer, it's gonna go. Just keep calling me back because I have put money on there today anyway. But it just
Sonya didn't skip necessarily the part. She didn't finish it. She just she started to say it, and I guess Nesto didn't understand. But what happened is Nesto says, okay, he says to the teacher after she says, I'm going to call the police if you don't bring me back my car. Eventually, she does go to the police. There's a warrant out for him. He knows that. He says, well, I know what you said to the police, so I'm going to get my lawyer and I'm going to turn myself in. Now, if he didn't do anything, listen to all this this, foo-foo that he's talking, all this fugazi, right? But he told the teacher, I'm going to turn myself in. I'm going to get my lawyer. So the lawyer calls the teacher. Now, I don't know what was discussed, but he says he's from Jones & Jones, LLC. And the police realized that he was faking and this law firm didn't exist and he wasn't a lawyer because they matched the number. Okay. So that's the part that she didn't read in full. And I have some of the warrant. I don't have all of it. I have to request the rest of it because I have the whole document with the real estate agent with Bickham and also with the landlord and all that stuff with the house. But I don't have the teacher's complaint. That I don't have.
Just keep calling until you can hear me. You can hear me pick up though, right?
No, I can't hear none of that.
Oh wow.
Sometimes I can hear it. I can hear after you put money on the book and then you're trying to start over. I can hear you talking in the background. About 2 seconds, then it hang up. But you don't have to just do it now. That's really like beginners. But you don't have
Mm-hmm.
to. It don't even get that far. But I got something I want to say, if you don't mind.
No, don't say nothing. What you got to say?
What I got to say?
What you got to say? And you better not get lippy with me. So when you
Okay.
started off, I just know you about to get lippy with me. Don't get lippy with me. Go ahead.
Don't keep looking at you.
No, don't get lippy,
No.
mouthy.
Have I ever did it to you? Have I ever got small, jazzy out the mouth? Have I ever
No,
did
but you don't put down on me before. But go ahead. I mean, in a polite way. But you've done it before. You've done it several, like twice. But go ahead.
Okay. Well, if I do that means I'm telling the truth. I'm really I'm telling the truth. See.
Go ahead, telling the truth.
Well, one thing I'm gonna say is two things for sure.
See, even Sonya knows that he lies. She knows that he lies. She knows that he can't be trusted. She knows. She's going to speak on the fact that, she has mixed feelings now because she doesn't know if he can be faithful. And she doesn't want to, get in a relationship with him and then, he cheats on her or whatever. Because, I mean, at least Sonya's smart enough to know that how you get him is how you lose him. If he could do that to Shirley, he's married and he's got all these women that he's dealing with. He was talking to her as well while he was dealing with some other women. And there were times when Sonya could not reach him because he was messing around with the teacher and some other people.
I got your little slick comment. I got that. You know.
About that.
I got that myself.
It's just surreal. Like I was like, I sit there and I would read or hear something, but it'll marinate in an hour or two or a day or two. It'll resonate in my head, and I'll really like think about shit, analyze it, and then I'll come back to it.
I'm the same way.
So I was thinking, right, and so I'm reading, and at that time, like we weren't like on nothing but friendship, so it was no pressure on that. It's just to see what
At that time.
you were doing right before you got in there. You was juggling 4 situations, and I'm like, there is no way that man married juggling 4 situations
Thank you
is ever
very
going to
much. Thank you.
is ever going to. You missing my point. Boy, you about to say thank
I got
you.
your point. You said
My point is that you would ever be faithful. That's what I was saying. Right? Ain't no way your ass would ever be faithful. It's not in you. It's just not in you. You're doing too much with a wife. And I mean, and that's fine if that's your. I mean, I just want you to be real about it.
Wait a minute. First of all,
Mm-hmm.
you calculating some wrong shit. Okay. Second of all, okay, let me get the first one out of the way. I had to call you every fucking day. One of them days I was with your ass. Okay, I know that for a fact. I know that.
Yeah. May 2nd.
I know that for a fact. Okay.
May 2nd. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I saw you once when I was there for 2 weeks. Right.
Okay.
I was there May 1st through the 14th, I think, and then I left. And I saw you maybe twice. But I know I saw you once.
I'm talking about one of them days that them folks said I supposed to been over there with them. And I know
Nesto trying to clean it up.
that was a lie. Because I was with your ass. So I'm not stupid.
Oh, you was with me May 2nd. May 2nd. And I don't know if I saw you once or twice. I know I saw you once.
You saw me 2 times.
I saw you twice. I know I saw you twice in April. I saw you once in June. And I think I saw you twice in May.
You did.
I think.
I ain't no thing.
I didn't see you. And then I know the whole year other than right after the hospital, 2021, I did not see you, which was fine because I purposely avoided you in 21.
That's fine. I mean, all that to me, that's small stuff. I'm not even. She told on herself. I mean, I just listened though. I want.
Hey, listen. Looking at your cases are bullshit. They're all a fucking reach. They're like, I'm surprised that the freaking prosecutor went in court and tried to act like your shit was so fucking serious that you was a threat to society. I'm like, what the fuck is this case saying? And all that shit looked like is a bunch of petty ass women in their feelings screaming,
Thank you.
All that shit looked like. Every last one of them situations except for the dude is somebody you had some type of situation with. And the one girl, you went to jail. She wasn't gonna get that money for all those.
And he might have had something going on with the dude. Who knows? We don't know. But Nesto, he goes hard when people try to call him gay. Like, he gets really upset. Like, he really got to prove to people that he ain't gay. He went in on Tasha K. And by the way, and Tasha K never called him gay. That was Corey Holcomb. But anyway, But if that's not something you do, then why you gotta go so hard about it? So who knows? Who knows what Nesto really be up to?
Charges. So what she has to do is get a police report in order for them not to charge her to get that off of her. She has to make a police report. She went in there and told her little story
That's exactly
to
what
get that
happened.
shit off her because she didn't want to pay that because 30 days what's going on your credit card. And if you got $1,000 and she's a teacher, she's not out here balling. So she got $1,000 charge on her card. She knew about it the moment her statement came or when she went on her phone and saw what her balance was. So she can't say 4 or 5 months later, oops, I didn't know about the charge. Girl, you knew about that charge. One, they notify you through text. Whenever it's a certain amount, your credit card company will notify you. And when that bill comes, you know it. You know what your shit is looking like. And you didn't say nothing for months.
Okay.
So you know that shit was legit. You just got mad. Like my son's father didn't need a credit card and press charges on me for that shit.
Exactly. You think I didn't listen to
He
you?
did the same shit to me. Press charges, and the judge was like,
Exactly.
it should have been civil. It should have been just a note to me saying pay the thing back. It shouldn't have never been nothing because I never avoided or never said I wasn't going to pay. I just paid for what was charged for me. And the stuff that I bought for him, I didn't pay for that. I did immediately pay for what I charged for myself because he said don't touch the money.
So let's get paid. I'll pass out. All that shit don't mean nothing to me. I'll be honest with you because I can listen very well what you said. All of that, that's nothing to me. That's nothing. I'll tell you, I know what's going on. That's nothing to me. When it comes down to my business partner, I know why they did her like that because they were going to find out some kind of financial fraud. There's no financial fraud nowhere. If you really
because they trying
So now he calls Erica King his business partner. Very interesting.
to make good on that $1 million bullshit, and they're not even. They're only at 100 with her. That's it.
Hold on. I ain't finished. She didn't say not one thing in that that I took anything. I'm gonna tell you why. They said they gave you a what do you call it? They gave you a place that is supposed to have been transpired from. Look at where that place comes from. It's not here, period. We never did no business in Georgia. So I want to hear that bullshit.
No, you did business in Kentucky. That's where she wrote those checks. That's where you also did federal time.
You understand that?
Oh, you talking about that car, that dealership for the RV thing? The money that she's talking about, the RV?
Right.
Where is that RV located at, that place?
That place is in Kentucky.
Yeah, that's not Fulton County.
Thank you.
So why are they trying to put their locks on that?
That's what I'm trying
That's not
to tell you.
That's not their jurisdiction. If you bought something in Texas and Kentucky, then that's a Kentucky jurisdiction.
Let me break it down for you. I ain't gonna go too deep in it. You're smart enough to see. When they went in my bag, they saw my all my receipts, everything I documented, business, my checking account, everything. It's all right there. So that part, that's where they got that from. And they went from there. They called her down there. She ain't going down there with that. She don't ain't fuck with police like that. If you read the statement again, it will definitely say that. Okay, I come up missing from July. You ain't heard a damn thing from me all the way to October. That's 3 fucking months. Come on now, you'll be fishy too. You did because you found me. Come on now, it don't make no sense. Then if we did business, why you keep if I'm doing bad?
So nothing makes sense. Everybody's out to get him. Everybody's setting him up. Okay, he didn't do it. He's an innocent man. Come on, Nesto. Cut it out. You sound like one of these little kids, and every time they get into, I didn't do it. It wasn't me.
Bad business. If you're doing bad business, you don't think you're doing the same damn thing over and over and over with the same person. That's stupid.
And unfortunately, they made some stupid decisions, which you capitalized on. Nesto talking about, no, these are people that I helped. You tried to help these people? No, you was trying to help yourself, sir. I'm sorry.
Okay. All right. So let me get another thing clear. And I don't want to talk about the other shit because I know that's non void too. When you read the shit, I didn't know that because I never had that police report, period.
Which one are you talking about?
The child thing. I never had that police report.
Right. So what they omitted to say was the date of the download, which will tell you who did it, the item that it was downloaded on, and that's what your attorney got to figure out. Because if the date back prior to you owning it, that's not your case. And then two,
Sorry, y'all. Hang on one second, because I'm looking at StreamYard and I'm not seeing the video. So I just want to make sure that you guys are seeing what you're supposed to see. So hold on just 1 second. Can someone just confirm in the chat that you actually are seeing the video, or are you just seeing my avatar? There's something. Looks like something went wrong here. Hang on a second, guys. Let me stop sharing for a second. Okay.
What are they saying they found it on? You know?
Right, right. And on top
And
of
then
that,
again, too, then they got to prove that the people that they saying that's in there are actually kids. They have to prove that those are kids.
Exactly.
Now, if they don't look like they're 8 years old, then you know anything that's put up. I'll tell you, I had my dog that I babysit. When I met the girls, one of the girls was 13 when we moved over there. I thought that little girl was 18 years old. She was big as hell. She wasn't fat. She was built like a fucking woman. I was like, talking. She came over to play, and I was like, "How old are you?" She was like 13. I was like, "There's no fucking way." She was like, "No, I'm 13." I'm like, "You are big." She was built like a fucking woman, and she was 13. She had to be 5'7" and shaped like a woman. She was not little at all. She was a full-grown woman.
We've heard this story before. Sonya is basically trying to say that the forensic scientists who get paid and who have gone to school to study and have degrees and certifications in forensic science can't look at a video and tell the age of the person, even though they did scrutinize the video and they were able to look at the child's private area and their upper area and their hands. And based on all of that, they were able to determine that these were children. Okay. My question is, was Nesto on that video? Or do they hear his voice and they know that he's the one recording? Like I'm this is one of the questions that I had that I'm wondering and that I want answered during the trial. I don't know if they're gonna show the video at the trial. I don't know if that's something I necessarily want to see, but I'm just curious to know. So she is trying to again make the argument that, because she had a 13-year-old in her presence who looked like an 18-year-old. Oh, so nobody can tell if a child is a child. Sonya, that's you.
At 13. At 13. So you can't even tell with these kids these days how old they are. Just like how I got carded 3 times in my 50s for the lottery. And you got to be 18 to play the lottery. And they thought I was 17, 16 years old.
Yeah, your answer
So
like
so
that.
you can't even So you can't even say that a person is a child unless you ID that person and find out who the fuck that is. It's very, very, very hard to determine age with these kids and with grown-ups.
Well, first of all, and I got that part, but the way they set it up, though, they said girls out there lurking and talking to people on the fucking internet. That's exactly what they put out there. These people thinking that I did.
Well, no, that's what one of them dumbass bloggers said. He was on Zoom, but that was one of them people bloggers trying to make it seem like something it wasn't.
Right. Okay.
Trying to say, oh, he was on Zoom with children. Where did you get that from? That shit is crazy. That was never reported.
Yeah. Okay. So
that's just them adding. Every story they're gonna add to the next one.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying everything. Just like when he came back last year, when your attorney first in December, Roswell was like, we don't have anything, and they didn't have anything, so they went fishing. And they turned everything into a crime. They turned all your personal situations into a crime, which they're not. They're not.
They're not. I know they.
None of that shit. Even the fact with that girl trying to say, there's no way that a grown I get a kid. Kids you can terrify them and scare them. Like if you tell them to your mama, like I get that. Kids they don't know no better. They just scared.
Listen, her dad is a bona fide gangster, man. All that shit, I ain't even worried about none of that. And he already told me that they what they call it, got some mental issues. The whole family do. So he already
Yeah, all you do is get people that know her to speak on her character. That's all you do with that. And then you look at her text messages around that area of the date that it happened and see what she's talking about. That's all you got to do. And that tell you right there. If she's feeling some type of way, scared, I was forced, she would be in some type of mode around that time that it happened. She would not be herself. And then to come back and say it happened 2 years later, and then 2 months, 3 months after, a year after that, you still around him? Like, that don't make
That
sense.
makes sense.
That
That don't make
you
no
just
sense.
kicking it and hanging and it's
That makes
dating
no
the
sense.
dude that you. Like, that don't, and then you in a Dominican, and then you still come back around. Like, it's like you're places away from where you could tell if it really happened. You went to Dominican and you came back and you still in the face. I don't get.
Now she's the expert on great victims. I can't with Sonya. I really can't with this chick. Now she's an expert on, well, since you went to Dominican Republic, this really didn't happen. She's probably from there. Hello, she's Dominican.
No offense.
And you're grown. You're not a kid. You're a grown woman. 19. Listen, you can see, they can try to make it seem like she's immature, but Katie is smart as shit, and she's 16. So you can't tell.
So I'm actually reading one of the warrants, and apparently this ambulance that he had, all right, or ambulance, like my daddy would have said, okay, which is registered to Nesto Elite Private Security at 1130 Bluffs Parkway, Canton, Georgia. Okay, and the registration was issued on May 10th of 2022. May 10th. So Sonya talks about the fact that she was with Nesto the first 2 weeks in May, and then after that, she couldn't reach him, and it was probably because he was with this teacher. Then the document says, the warrant says, an open source search for 1130 Bluffs Parkway revealed that the address is associated with Cherokee County administrative offices. They contacted someone there, and they said that there are no private businesses allowed. They learned that it was a building located at 1130 Bluffs Parkway, which was owned by Cherokee, Georgia. It's owned by the government, and only Cherokee administrative services are located therein. No private businesses are allowed. This dumbass registered one of his vehicles utilizing a government address. I can't. You can't even make this up.
I mean, a 19-year-old lives there in the closet with no Instagram.
I'm finna make you laugh. You know who is my number one witness that saw and talked to the daddy personally with me? I'm gonna let you think about that one. The other person, the other old people that cut me off. You catching on?
Oh, the wife?
Huh?
The wife?
Absolutely.
So now he done pulled Shirley into it, because Shirley was there when she met this girl's father. Okay, and what does that mean? The father probably didn't know what was going on, or he did know what was going on and didn't care, because you do have some parents that are like that. They will pimp out their children. And a 19-year-old to me is still a child. Okay, I don't know too many 19-year-olds that, are living on their own and are fully 100% independent. Is far and few and far between.
To come to court, you subpoena all of them as witnesses.
Absolutely.
You bring them all to court. Let's go to court.
Yeah.
Let's look at your phone records. Let's go to court, and then we're going to turn around, and then you're going to sue the police station because y'all turned this shit, and y'all went and framed me, put me in this light, held me in jail without bond, and try to drag all of these situations into something that is
Have you done read that? What did you think? What you think that judge going to say on what you
the thing is, the judge don't put too much thought in nobody's shit. They listen to the prosecutor.
Okay, that address is Atlanta. The address you were mentioning is Atlanta, Georgia, Midtown. As a matter of fact, if you look at the field trip video that we did, that was one of the places that we visited. The first place, actually, that's on that live that we went to.
Argument, and they listen to this.
Not this judge. Not in what I'm hearing.
Well, if you're okay, so if I gotta put something together, put it in the email, because sometimes people don't have common sense. Like, I got common sense, so I gotta look at this and tell what this really is, because I got common sense to that shit. Like, all right, that don't make no sense. That don't even make no sense. This isn't criminal. If anything, it boils down to civil, because I need to get my money. He won't give it to me.
Sonya's daughter is a stripper, and so she has no authority on parenting or children or young adults or any of that.
And that's personal because of the relationship. Makes it personal. If it was somebody that you was on the street that you saw one time or two times, then you could say, okay, that is criminal because But if it's somebody I'm dealing with for months at a time, calling on a daily, doing intimate, all that shit, honey, that's civil. That's civil.
Okay, not that part. I'm talking about the big boy. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
No, that's what I'm saying. That don't make sense, because the person that get don't come, like, how you coming back like in a 3-year span around this? Why are you still around this person 3 years after the fact? And then try to say, well, he got me a sexual for 2 years he had me as some sexual servitude, forced me to have sex with him. You didn't live with him. So what are we talking about here?
She was living in that RV. Sonya don't know that part. She was living in the RV. That's where she was staying. So he could have complete access to her when he wanted her, or to pimp her out when he wanted to.
If you live with a person, I get that. And I have nowhere to go. I'm homeless. I'm forced to live in this situation. That's a given. But if he got an address over here and you got an address over there, your daddy know this dude. Your daddy in your life. Your daddy is around. Your daddy ain't no punk. You got all these other people. What are you scared of? So all you gotta do is tell your father you don't stick his chest out and it's a wrap.
It doesn't
So
make sense.
that don't make sense for that to be like.
Okay, so when was this statement? Do you know when the statement was wrote? You don't know that part.
I don't remember. You know how much of a book like that shit is.
Let's pass this. Let's just pass this, man. Okay, so let's get me and you straight. I gotta get me and you straight because you.
Go ahead, get me in this book. I just feel like I don't see that, and I don't want to force. I don't want to force you to be something that you're not. I want you to be you.
Well, first of all, I ain't gonna let nobody tell me to do something that I ain't gonna want to do now. I'm not doing it. I'm straight.
Yeah, but you might be in a moment, and then you fall back to your youth.
I don't know what the fucking you is supposed to be. I don't know what you think, how you think this go. I don't fuck with everybody. Okay, I'm a good motherfucker. At the end of the day, innocent people get fucked around. I'm getting fucked around all the way around. If you can't see that, a blind person can see that shit.
Because you're dealing with crazy females. All your problems, all your issues on that paper is girls.
Okay, well, guess fine.
One dude.
Okay,
all that shit is female.
That's fine with that. But here's the problem. When people try to use your MO to get off, that's what happens. I'm not fine.
And he would know because that's what he does. He uses other people's money. He uses other people's credibility. He used Shirley's reputation. If you notice, you haven't seen any major blog talking about this story other than when we first heard about this issue with Nesto not being able to be around children and animals, right? That was a big thing for a little while. Okay. But since then, the big blogs, you haven't heard TMZ talk about it since. You haven't heard the Shade Room talk about it since. Hollywood Unlocked. Not to downplay, us up and coming bloggers or those who are still, working on our 1 million subscribers. But the smaller blogs, yeah, we're covering it because it's a juicy story. But the people that are really in this industry, in this business, who know Shirley and people in that circle, they have a lot of respect for this woman and they are not covering this story. So, of course, this man would say, well, when, people, and he God, he's such a mush mouth. He doesn't even know how to talk right. But it's funny how he's going to say, well, that's what happens. Yeah, we know that's what happens because he's done it. He's done it to so many people. And not every victim has come forward.
I'm not fighting. I'm not mad with Gail at all. Because I know that the police have to do with that. Because I know her character. You know what I'm saying? That little money ain't nothing to them. That's nothing to them. So
he's trying to say the 200 grand
they know my character. So if they didn't know
that he got from the real estate agent is just pennies. So ain't no big deal. She ain't missing that money. For real. That still don't make it right. I don't know anybody who can just throw away 200 grand. Okay. And obviously she wasn't okay with it because she called Daniel Diamonds, Ty, who's the I believe the owner of Daniel Diamonds. Okay. Field trip coming soon. All right. Called Ty and said, listen, somebody came in there with a $20,000 check by the name of, and they took that money out of my account and I want my money. Okay. And Ty told Shirley about it and said, well, I'm not doing anything until the police get involved. And guess what? The next day the police were calling her. He's a mess.
Come back and deal with it. Period.
Mm-hmm.
You know
and a menace.
Dealing with that kind of money. So I don't really worry about that part at all. If it come down to this man said that I put him some money, I don't know this motherfucker. So I can put him on stand. I don't worry about him. I ain't never seen him. He never seen me. So I'm
a thing to say he picked you out on the lineup.
He never seen me. The man never seen me before. Never seen me at all. Never seen me. That's another lie. Never ever seen me. I never seen him. So I don't even know who them people is. I'm not worried about that. Those are not worried about. All that I'm saying about them two big boys. That's it.
Right, things that carry the most weight.
Yeah.
But again, like I said, all you got to do is your character witness on her, maybe an ex-boyfriend or some shit to tell you the type of person she is, her text messages, and then they're gonna put her on the stand and ask her why,
No, all I got to do is I need to see. I never got a lie detector test. I've had that shit with anyone on flying colors. I have nothing to hide.
They need to give him a lie detector test because honestly, with all of this stuff, maybe he has successfully, gotten over or tricked the system or passed a lie detector in the past, but I do not believe that he will be able to do that this time. I honestly don't believe. It's way too much going on with this case. Okay, he's already been caught in too many lies. Unless he's so crazy that he's truly believes his own lies. All right, because that's what the lie detector. Some people can trick the system, but no, I don't know. I don't. I think he's talking out of his behind.
Flying color. I have nothing to
Mhm.
hide. I'm gonna get my motherfucking life back. I'm gonna get my life back.
Mhm.
I know that. So when it comes
Yeah.
to you,
And that is the problem. I'm going to get my life back. All he knows is the life of crime. All he knows is conning people. Okay. And finding the biggest sucker he can find who he can leech off of. That's what Nesto is. Nesto is a leech. Okay. He leeched on Shirley. He leeched on to these other people. He's even leeched on to Sonya a little bit, or latched on if you want to say that. But he's a leech. He is a leech. And the fact that he said multiple times, I'm gonna get it back. I'm gonna get it back. They're gonna make sure this man never gets out.
if I knew something was fishy or had some hide, I would never actually go get that shit. Because to me, that let a person know, well, you got this going on, good it going. You're strong enough to handle anything. You don't show me that part.
The reality of it is, we weren't in those type of committed situations, so you could do whatever you was out there doing. I never asked you what you out there doing.
Hold on. First of all, it's not what I'm out there doing. I'm talking about this. Sometimes people get in feelings and they try to add, put two things together. If you was there with them, you was with them. No, motherfucker. I called your ass every motherfucking day. Niggas
It's a
want
lot of
to
hours in the day, sir. It's
a lot of
a
work.
lot of hours in the day. You got me out the way in the morning, and then you had your afternoon for your other.
Man,
You had your
I didn't.
you had
It was a lot of hours in the day. He would call her in the morning and he had plenty of time to do whatever he was doing. Okay. So Sonya right here is starting to let him know, listen, sir, I'm not Shirley and I'm not necessarily falling for the con. Okay. And the day that she got out of the hospital, she got COVID in December 2020. She was in the hospital. I think it must have been November, but she was in the hospital December, January, February. She got out February. I don't remember the exact date. I think it was February 7th. 2021. And the day that she got out of the hospital, while he called her every day just to see how she was doing, and how she would know that when she was in a coma half the time because she almost died and she was in the ICU. And this is according to her own words. But you never know when Sonya's lying and when she's telling the truth. So who knows what the real story is? But the point is, the day she came out of the hospital is the same day that Nesto was charged with aggravated Sodom and Gomorrah. Okay. And aggravated because he was not just going in the back door, but he was using toys on somebody's back door. Okay. The day she got out the hospital. That's how much he cares about Sonya.
a good shit on the schedule.
I didn't have no motherfucking hidden agenda.
Right, right.
I didn't have none of that shit going on. I'm a nice motherfucker, man. Motherfucker ain't gonna kill
You
like that.
are very nice, and you're so cute, and you use it to your advantage.
Mm-hmm.
No, I don't use shit. It's just that I know. Listen, man, if that motherfucker didn't have that autistic son trying to do some shit, you know what I'm saying? I wouldn't never fuck with that motherfucker at all. So that's another thing.
Mm-hmm.
They don't never tell the truth about everything.
Well, you can fuck with people and not fuck them. How about that?
Yeah, okay,
And then this is the problem. No, this is what happens when you get with women. No, I'm gonna tell you, sir. No, I'm gonna cut you off because you cut me off all the time. When you get a woman emotionally caught up in your ass and you disappoint her, they ain't nobody to fuck with.
Okay, let me explain.
And that's why you have to keep. Sometimes, even if you don't never sleep with a woman and they like you ever notice how these bitches be fighting over guys they like and the guy don't even know they exist, but they out here fighting and stabbing and killing girls.
But I don't know that part because I don't deal with them.
Girls is fucking crazy.
What?
That's why I don't have. You find you hang around females? No, I don't hang around no fucking females because bitches is crazy. And
But Sonya's hanging around some females now. See, Sonya has an Instagram page, but it's private. All right, but she's not the only one with multiple accounts. So I have access to her Instagram and I've seen what she's up to. All right, I'm gonna put it in members only. All right, but we're gonna take a look at her Instagram so you guys can see what she was up to. She had absolutely nothing on her Instagram. Then she does a live and she's like, "Oh yeah, I'll be on Instagram." And all of a sudden, I think she posted like 8 pictures in one day. All of a sudden, she's got all this stuff. So guess who she's hanging out with on Instagram? Okay, I'm gonna give you one name that she's hanging out with on Instagram. Big Bird, yellow dress, aka Carl Thomas's baby mama. Yeah, she's hanging out with Latoya. okay, on all around Atlanta. So if you guys want to know the other people she's been hanging out with and what else she's doing on her Instagram, you got to become a member and you'll be able to access the video from there. But anyway, let's.
And then you add sex into the equation. Automatically, if you fuck them twice, they think y'all a couple without even having a conversation. I could fuck you for 10 years, and until we have a conversation, we just fucking around.
I got a question for you. So, what are you saying? Are you saying that I can't commit to nothing?
Here we
Is that
go.
what you're trying to say? So that means you're saying that I can't commit to you? Is that what you're saying? Because that's what sounds.
Could you faithfully commit to me? I don't think so.
Well, why are you hanging around?
I think you could have an open situation with me and see everybody
why
and
why are you hanging around with you? Because that's not what you're looking for.
No, I just discovered that today reading your stuff. I was like,
Sorry. Sis just discovered today reading his stuff. She finally woke up. Okay, Sonya is woke now. So when she's on her live saying, you know what, no, we're just friends, Sonya is all the way woke. Okay. And she said that she's gonna continue to support Nesto's case, but in terms of her relationship, sis is done. Okay. Sis is done. She done read about all these lies that he told. Now for his case, she has to save face. So she's gonna say that it's civil and he's innocent. She knows good and hell well what Nesto did because it's all in the warrant. She knows all the lies he told. She knows that the same thing that he was doing with her behind Shirley's back, he was doing with this other woman behind her back. Okay? She's not, I don't know what Sonya thought she was going to get, but the minute you find out this man was married, what did you expect? She said that she left him alone for a little while. She cut him off. Well, why did you let him spin the block on you? Why did you let him back in your life?
You had a lot going on. The wife, me, her, the other girl. Like that's 4 situations.
Okay. All right.
Just in 2022.
Don't believe everything you hear now. Because when it gets
No.
now don't believe everything you hear. Because when I told you about that code, when I told you about that child shit, you believe me, but you did, but you're just trying to figure that shit out.
Oh my gosh, hold on. That girl repping BK New York said, nah, she don't have female friends because they know she will sleep with their man and smile in their face. I know that's right. Sonya wouldn't go nowhere with me. Okay.
Then you got it in your fucking hand. You see, that don't make no fucking sense.
Well, that doesn't make sense. Okay. I mean, to say, it's like you could say one thing happened, but it wasn't the way she's saying it happened. You get me? You can be with somebody and it was consensual, and they could turn around and flip it and say it wasn't. You know what I'm saying? Because unless it was violent, you don't have proof to say anything different. It's just her coming back mad saying, "Oh, he did this to me," you know. And that's the hard part about proving it. And that's when people got to get character witnesses. You got to get the phone conversations. That's how Chris Brown got off the last situation last year, because this chick tried to say that about him, and he had all the phone conversations, and they proved that shit in court, and it dropped it because she had text messages from her, and he was like, "Well, if I sexually assaulted her, why is she texting me all this, that, and the other?" And it just blew her shit out the water, and they shut it down. Like, yeah,
and I got that shit. I got it.
Right. So if somebody is talking about, "Oh, I'm scared," and he said he was gonna kill me, why are you kicking in and texting him, and where you at, and how come you ain't over here? They don't sound like you scared of somebody. That don't sound scared. That doesn't sound like you scared of him. If he says he's gonna kill me, well, if he says he's gonna kill you, why are you inviting him over? Why are you talking about what time can I come through? Or why would you say all that to a person you're terrified of? Like, that don't make.
And again, this is the pot calling the kettle black, because look at this whole situation with Sonya being shot 3 times, and this man, and how many people warned her to stay away from this dude. He was no good. Okay. And she still let him into her house, knowing that she found out he was cheating and all this other kind of stuff. And he shot up her and the whole family. Like, come on. If somebody tells you that they're going to kill you and they're threatening your family, and she's going to say, well, then why would you go back around? Because he threatened her. Like, listen, Sonya's a dummy.
Why would you go around? And it's been 2 years, 3 years, 2019 and 22. You were in his face. That don't make sense to be around somebody you're completely terrified of. And he did this thing. He hurt me. And
it's called Stockholm Syndrome.
I didn't have sex with him, and I didn't want to. Okay.
My motherfucking character.
Okay. So if you pull all her phone records, not just talking to you, but talking to her friends, yeah, me and such just got to, you know what I'm saying? All of that's gonna come out. That don't sound like a victim to me. It sounds like you bragging.
There you go.
It sounds like you bragging. Because, you know, they don't sound like you in some type of like, when they shut down or they go and tell somebody in distress. They don't brag about break. They don't brag about something they scared of or somebody they terrified of. So all they gotta do is pull her phone records. And that's gonna say it all. And you can't delete that shit. It's gonna say it all. Who she was on there texting talking about it, or how she talking to you and her conversation, just like you and the other girl's conversation. Okay, so how is that criminal? That sounds like me and her in some type of relationship. She giving me money. You know, I'm doing this for her. Me and her looking out for each other.
Okay, listen. I'm done with that kid shit.
Yeah.
About what you
Well, you know what? I ain't doing nothing. I'm just chilling like a villain.
I know what you're doing. I'm talking about what you're doing. Where your head at? No. Don't play with me.
Where my head at?
Yeah, where your head at?
I'm not headed all over the place. I just feel like you know you better than me, but I just don't want you to lie.
Have I lied to you? Have I lied to you yet? Have I lied to you?
I never caught you in a lie, but we don't really.
I didn't ask
you. Yeah, you did. Right, you did lie that one time. That was a big lie too, because I kept asking you about.
You lied about being married.
Okay, I'm asking you a question. Have I lied to you? Anything I think is fishy, I'm gonna tell you straight up front. This is what's going on right now. This is it. This is going on. I ain't got to do all that.
We never had that type of conversation though, because when we would talk, you just how you going, what's your day look, or how you feel, what's on your mind, then you hang up. You never talked about you.
No. I ain't gonna tell these crackers what the fuck I got on my fucking head, because they
I'm talking about not now. I'm talking about then, before you was in jail. That's what the conversation was then. You wasn't saying you would just look at me and let me talk, and then you get off the phone. Right, you wasn't talking.
I want to know where your head at right now, because you don't need to be all over the place when it comes out of me right now.
There's that control.
Okay, I can separate the two. First thing first is if I think you can't be with me in the way that I want you to be with me, I'm cool with that. If that's the case today, because I'm not so in deep. No, because I'm not so in deep that it's going to affect me. It'd be a disappointment, but it wouldn't like crush me. But the separate thing, your case is separate. That I'm not going to drop the ball on. Period. I'm going to help you regardless, like to my fullest ability, because you shouldn't be in jail. It's a bunch of shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm not mad at you about any of that stuff. You know, I'm not upset about anything like that. It's just.
Listen, man, you don't then take.
She sound real upset though.
It's just myself. My dad was 77 years old, and guess what? It don't take that, but you don't retire that quick.
Yeah, if you keep a handful of women, you know what I'm saying, guys. No.
Listen, where they at right now? If I had a whole handful on you, do I need you? Do I need anybody else? No, the fuck I don't. They'd be lining up outside out there. Free the man, free him. I be just let the rest of the idiot. That's my baby dad. That's my baby dad.
Well, the thing about your situations was they was very surface situations.
That was what?
You have 1 minute remaining.
And they're really your enemy at this point, because they're all the ones that's going against you. But now I don't know about the other ones, because I'm sure you talked to more than the 4, but it's not important. I'm gonna get this. I'm gonna read this. I'm gonna put this in some type of form and put my points to it and send it to your attorney so she can read it and see the common sense. I don't know. She may have common sense. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna just put it to her how I see it.
I need me a new lawyer. I need me somebody.
You do need, but we got to. I mean, hey, all she got to do is read the script. It's common sense. It's just common sense. That's what it looks. I mean, everybody on there, people you had dealings with ongoing. It's not like you just went to random stores and did this or random strangers. That would be that's a crime. But if it's people you got long stemming relationships, I didn't even get to the part where I shared.
Thank you for using Global Telink.
Okay, this is my morning call, so I won't be calling you in the morning.
What you want? Right. What you say? Your morning call? We got 5 minutes. Your morning call is 5 minutes long. So go ahead. What's up, boo?
Oh, now what's up, boo? Now.
No, I mean, it's the same. Listen, the energy's the same. It's just the realization of it all. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna kid myself, and I don't want you to. Right, I don't want you to tell me what I want to hear
Listen,
You know what I'm saying? I just
one
want
more
you to
time.
just be
I'm
completely.
gonna say it just like this here, man. You're gonna have to listen at me very carefully. Yeah, real carefully. I don't have time to play.
What was that? I heard that before, and I don't know what that voice was, but it sounded real demonic.
No games. I'm going to be 60 ball. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't want to believe me, that's fine. I'm in
Mm-hmm.
jail. I can't convince nobody of anything. I have nothing. I am broke. So guess what? If I have to live by myself, come out of jail, I'm fine. Or if I live with you, I'm fine. Okay? But I don't want nobody to be around me, got to look at one eye open, one eye closed. I wonder if you're going to do this. I told you that last week.
Right.
I don't want to live like that. I told you that. I don't want to
Okay.
live. Nobody wondering, wishing it. Wishing behind my back and don't trust what I'm saying.
So here comes the psychology, the reverse psychology.
And it could be an episode of something that happened and you don't believe me and it'll be over with.
Mm-hmm.
Anything. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to live with nobody like that. I don't want to be around nobody like that. I have a lot.
You want to speak and be believed. That's
Yeah.
the key.
And right now, my credibility is zero right now. Unless I got all innocent papers in my hand. And sometimes people say that ain't good enough. They still rather have the drama than the truth.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
I understand that. You see what I'm saying? So this is a lot of pressure right here on myself. It ain't on you because you can move on. But I don't want nobody to be uncomfortable if they can't believe what I say. I don't want to do that. I
Mm-hmm.
just don't want to do that. Like I said, I told you, like that. I told you, I said they're trying to turn my business fault. You ain't heard nothing I said. Nothing I said. You didn't hear nothing I said.
I heard that though. I
Huh?
heard her. She said that before we read it.
Yeah, because I know it ain't no financial crimes out there. Remember you said, hey, it's a credit card thing. I don't even use credit cards. I'm my fucking debit card. Nobody don't even give me their credit card. None of that made no fucking sense to me.
She said her number, her credit card numbers on the
It
paper
don't
said her
make
credit
no.
card number was in your bag. A copy of her numbers of her credit card was on your
First of all, they're lying. They're lying, and I know better than. Any transaction I do with anybody, I can remember very, very well because it's very few. So I know that. Okay, I'm a very detailed person. So what I will say this right here, I don't want to live a fake ass life. I done did that, done that. That means that I don't want to never do it again. I don't want to live like that. I don't live on both sides of the fence. So my thing is, if you can't listen to what I'm saying, I got to tell you the truth. If you don't want to listen to that and you don't believe it, I don't want you around me if you feel any kind of doubt. I told you, you're very intelligent. I can't put nothing over you. That's dumb. That's stupid. That's not going to help me. And you too. I might not say shit, but it's not my place to say something every time you do something. I'm not going to do that. Because you need your own space as well. I'm not going to crowd your space. If I don't like it, fuck it. I ain't going to do that. That's not me. So what I'm saying to you is that if you're with me, you're with me. You ain't, you ain't. If you're gonna love me, keep loving me, love me. Don't do all that wishy washy like you told me. Don't just start backing off now. Don't start backing off. Well, I told you the truth. I said get out of my head because you know it exactly where my mind was at. I told you the truth. I don't have nothing to hide at all. I ain't gonna play. I know you say you love me. I ain't got to die by myself. I know that. I ain't gotta worry about that part. So it is what it is. And I do not remind you of your fucking daddy. So stop saying this shit. Okay, I don't like that. I don't like that shit.
I know, right?
I don't
do
like
not
that
remind
shit.
you of your right.
I don't like that. You know I don't like that because she's just there way worse than what I got going on. Way worse. Way worse. But I like his hustle. He did whatever he do. He took care of his kids at the time. Now, when y'all got grown, I can't vouch for that. Because when you got kids, y'all young, I'm good at it. You know what my son told me? He say, he might not got what he got right now, trying to help me whatever, but he got that vision that he never forgot how he grew up with me. And he said, man, I know that's actually not you. I know what you type of man you is. He didn't have to fluff it. These conversations that him and I had personally. So what I'm saying is that made me feel good because sometimes you can doubt your own fucking self. People can make you doubt yourself. And for you going to get that shit done, that eased my mind all the way around. So I'm good with that. I just got to be patient. So like I said, I don't have to. Love is a hard word for me. That's a very hard word for me. Yes, it is. So I don't tell everybody I fucking love them because to me that's a hard word. There. It's very hard. So it is what it is. A lot of people say a lot of things to do what they got to do. And one thing I will say, and I'm gonna go back to it. I'm gonna go back to the wife. She did explain this shit to me. She said when you start getting around these type of people, everybody's gonna come at you. A different type of crowd. And she was right. She was motherfucking right. She said they're gonna try to use me, and they're gonna use you. She was right. So everything that I heard today, they're trying to use it, they try to get their own like set apart from what they got going on. This is a fucking school teacher. What the fuck? I'm gonna be fucking around with a school teacher.
But you did.
Think about it. So I'm just keeping it 100. A lot of people say a lot
She was an easy target.
of things try to get back. You know what they said? Oh, you got $1 million scam. You know what I'm say? Hey, everybody called me and think I'm finna pay some debt out that ain't even been deaded out. That's a sad situation.
Yeah, the only person that got it's only if you add up everything they're talking about, 10,000, and then the school teacher was like maybe $5,000, and then $9,000 check to that trailer place, and then the business partner was 70,000, and then 20,000 cash. That's still only $100,000.
Thank you.
Maybe 130. It still ain't nowhere near what's that? And then like I said, all that stuff they were talking about with the school teacher with that shit, you know.
Oh, you gotta put that.
All of that is civil. I mean, all of that is civil.
I know it is.
All of that is civil. I mean, if we in a situation and now you want
All
your
of
money
that is
back,
civil.
you know, and some people get like that when shit ends, they be Indian giving and saying, oh, you want me this, you want me that, because it didn't work out, or whatever, because you want their shit back. And then now it's a problem. And girls love 911 when they mad at somebody. That's who they go to. My sister was good. Both my sisters love 911. When they get mad at a dude, that's who they go to. 911. And they, oh, he got a gun. He got a this. He did this. Like, oh, he didn't lie like that. Mad. It's a lie.
I mean, that's my phone cut off. I'm going to love you as long as you want me to love you. I'm going to be around you as long as you want me to be. And I've already showed you that and told you that. I've told you that. You show me as well. So it is what it is. I don't need you because I'm in here. It's fine. I thank you for all that. But that shit don't mean nothing to nobody if they're not feeling it. Straight up. I don't do that. That's nothing. I'm not in it. So right now, I'm good.
Sonya knows that Nesto's full of dookie.
I'm straight with God. I'm a fighter. I don't give up. And what you showed me is straight bullshit. Now I just got to figure this shit out. And which I have already.
Yeah. All that shit is like that's reaching. Everything they say was reaching. And then they need to specify what the lawyer got to specify is what machine or what thing they found these pictures on, and then they have to even say that, you know, it was your device that had it, or was it that device you got used, the computer that was at the pawn shop, and then again too, and you got to prove that those are actual kids, you know, because nowadays it's just, you know, if you said that's my shit, okay, I don't think so, because I know I don't do shit like that. I ain't that freaky, but are those fucking kids?
Yeah, I know. I know.
Yeah, so they got to figure that shit out. You know, you got to go to trials and be like, you know, y'all got to go find a resource on that shit. Make sure y'all find out the source of that. Get the kid, get their ID, find out what school they go to.
Man, that shit ain't like that. That shit ain't nothing like that. That ain't even MO like that. That's not even.
I know that. I'm talking about to prove. First, they gotta prove when that shit was downloaded and all that type of shit, and if it was in your possession. You know, because again, you're not on the computer like that.
Thank you.
You're not a computer literate like
know
that.
That shit.
Right, you're real old school when it comes to computers. The only thing you would look on the computer is a fucking RV and you know, something like that. That'd be like the extent of your computer you know, technology know-how. You're not really that person.
I'm not.
Now that's why you have your daughters and them around, because they're the ones that get the computer for you, do everything for you. So you sit there and try to be able to find shit like that. You can't just find child easily, because you go to jail for that shit. So it's not accessible. It's some type of backdoor dark web shit.
Right.
That's how that shit is. That child pornography is not accessible easily at all. Not at all. I've never ever seen it, and I've never stumbled across it or ever wanted to. But I know for a certainty that, you know, in law that I've dealt with, that's one thing that's not easily accessible, and you gotta have really good computer knowledge or have some rights in order to pull some shit up like that. You know, that's not something you can just Google naked girls. You know, naked children and animals. You know what I'm saying? It's just not. You know.
You just need to keep this one thing. Don't fucking give up on me. You know, motherfuckers give up on me. Oh man, I shouldn't have did that shit. Oh man, I know you're gonna do it. I don't want to deal with that shit when it come down to you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just letting you know that right now. You better keep your love strong as you can for me as best way you can. That's the best thing I can tell you right now.
Okay, fine, no problem. I have no problem doing that. You keep it 100% with me, honest.
Okay, but you need to keep yourself together. Cause this is no, straight up. You need to keep yourself together, man. Cause this is a motherfucker right here. This is something else.
I already read the shit. I mean, they can go to court and try to lie to kind of, you know, support their statements, of course. But again, like I said, it's still civil. It's not criminal. Even if you said all of it happened the way it happened, that's still civil. That's not criminal. Y'all had an ongoing situation. Y'all sleeping together. Y'all rubbing on each other, spending the night. That's civil. That's not criminal. And it was over a year of dealing with each other. It wasn't no 1 month. You know, I met him online type shit. You know, and I got scammed. Like they do that now.
Yeah, but I one thing for sure. I'm gonna tell you one. I ain't gonna get arrogant. I ain't gonna get arrogant. I'm 1,000% sure that I know I'm good. I know this. Definitely for what you read from me today, I'm perfect. Don't fall. If you all you gotta do is look
at it. It just amazes me why you keep trying to say,
what you say?
You don't want no bond. I'm looking at the charges like, what kind of bullshit is this? People get out of jail for way worse than this. He had a relationship with a girl and she kept giving him money and you trying to hold him in jail for that? What the fuck is that?
There she goes, minimizing again.
If I'm off in the car, I love you very much.
I love you very much.
Thank you for using Global Telink.
All right, so I'm going to show you one last thing before we wrap up. This is, I can't show the whole thing. I'm only going to show about maybe 12 or 13 minutes of this. But Nesto, I have been looking for this video for a very, very long time. And then I believe Phone Calls from Prison had put it in a separate area. So if you guys want the whole video, you will have to become a member on her channel. But I do want to show you part of it because this is the video where he tells her that he's hitting her with the con again, the okey doke. He feels her kind of pulling back, pulling away, and he's trying to reel her back in. But he makes a comment like, I wouldn't care if you had, 50 dudes in one night. And he didn't say dudes. He said a different D word. But listen to this foolishness.
A lot of home games, right? Yeah, and then they're building a new closet. So I'm kind of worried what they may put in there because they may put something in there that might, because it's just new development coming in. So I'm hoping, so now it's like I need to hurry and get open before. I need to be open before that happens.
Are they going to take your business?
That's exactly right.
Okay, I like the way you think. I like the way you think, boss. Yeah. So what you do yesterday?
Wait, I forget to call, but you didn't say.
Stop lying. No, I know you ain't lying.
I can't stand you.
What I thought you were working. I didn't want to interrupt you while you were working.
I wasn't working at 9 o'clock at night.
No. I don't watch so much football. I don't even watch football on the street. But it's passing time, I guess. And,
I love. Sorry, y'all. Did she say she's working at 9 o'clock at night? Hang on, y'all. Sorry.
This video contains 2 jail.
Hold on 1 second. One second, y'all. So sorry. But it sounded like she said she's working. Did she say she was working at 9 o'clock at night? Like, sis, what? Oh my gosh. What are you talking about? You're working at 9 o'clock at night. All right, hold on 1 second, y'all. Sorry. All right. Okay. So I got it queued back up, and let me go ahead and share this now. Okay. So this is from October of 2022, just so we can get our time frame correct. And let's listen to what he tells her and what she says.
I need to be open before that happens.
Are they gonna take your business?
That's exactly right.
So remember she had this business idea where there was some streets or some blocks that had these abandoned homes, and she wanted to buy a couple of streets up to build some townhouses on, where she's talking about some shopping mall or something that's coming to the area that may affect, her plans to purchase this land, which she never did, of course.
Okay, I like the way you think. I like the way you think, boss. Yeah. So what you do yesterday?
Wait, I forget to call, but you didn't say
Stop lying. No, I know you ain't lying.
Okay, thank you.
What I thought you were working. I didn't want to interrupt you while you were working.
I wasn't working at 9 o'clock at night.
No. I don't watch so much football. I don't even watch football on the street. But it's passing time where I get. And, I can't.
You got the link for that hearing? Hold on.
Oh, yeah, I'm surprised y'all ain't off today. It's a holiday today?
Okay, yes, hi. Yes. That's the last 3 things filed.
She ain't at work. She ain't at work.
I ain't do shit. Sitting here thinking about what you're talking about. I'm trying to figure out why you want to do business with me. You don't want to do business with me out on the street. I'm just joking. Now I'm incorporated into your plans, and I mean it's not a bad thing. It's really a good thing. Just it's amazing how things change around. That you want me to be incorporated in your life for the next 20 years on some real technical shit. That's good. So
It's a
a
little
lot of people
so.
don't think like that. Rich people do, but regular folks just think for themselves. So I can appreciate that. We're trying to figure what you really want to do with me. That's all. When it comes down to that, how far you want to go? Because we both are monsters when it comes down to business. Yeah, but I'm just trying to figure out what makes you feel I'm good enough for you on that end over there. You understand what I'm saying? But you never told me that part. You just told me what you want, but you didn't tell me why. And you didn't tell me your end game. You just told me you damn right. You damn right. I'm just like you now. I'm just like you. I'm just a nigga with a dick. That's it. Yeah, just believe that now. What you laughing about?
Because you said, oh my God, so horny. Anyway, yeah. Oh, well, because, yeah, you're expensive.
Huh?
You're expensive.
I'm expensive.
Mm-hmm. You
For
have
who?
maintenance.
Myself?
You have maintenance.
For myself, though? Because anybody
Yeah,
he's high maintenance.
Anybody said here. So I guess for myself, anybody said I'm gonna pay for this for you. Hey, I can break down. I can get from the poor to the rich, or whatever I need to do. I don't know why you're not looking. You're looking past that. Well, you're looking past that shit. I don't understand why you can't look past it.
No, you know what I was thinking yesterday? I was thinking about how your page is versus how my page is, right? Your Instagram, both your Instagram, but mainly your Nesto, right?
Wait a minute.
Did the link get you in? Oh, okay.
She's talking about his Instagram. You guys have seen his Instagram. Her Instagram looks just like, well, it looks a little better now, but it was looking like her YouTube channel. Just very dull, dry, boring. His Instagram looks like he's somebody. He looks big time. So she says he's expensive. He's high maintenance,
Go ahead. What you got?
Yeah, I got to listen to you when you talk loud. You get louder when you talk loud. See, this is pastor talking. I can't hear you. I can't understand what
I
you're
can't
saying.
talk too loud.
Pastor.
I know you can't, but I need to get that aggressive out you. So I get that roar. I got to get that out you because you get going.
Oh, no, you don't want that.
Yeah, that's how you talk to me anyway. Shit.
Not always. You don't want that.
Okay, go ahead.
No, I was just looking and I was doing a comparison in my head yesterday because I went out yesterday. I feel like I'm not going to sit in the house all day. So I went out to this bar. But anyway, just looking at it, it's everybody's page is a reflection of them in a sense, right?
Everybody's page is a reflection of them.
What you want people to see, what you want people to know, right?
Okay.
That's basically what the pages are. What you want people to see, what you want people to know about you, right?
Okay.
You have a lot going on. So you can have those things and never post them. You get me?
Okay.
But you have them and you post them. So there's a reason for that. I don't have nothing. No one can say anything about me because they really don't know where I ever live, what I drive, anything about me. When I go out to places, when I certain events, I never post anything about me.
Auntie T.
Because it's better to be under the radar than above. I found that out in life. Plus I don't, do people. But and just like your son, how he agreed.
We almost done, y'all. We almost done.
Thank you.
Okay. So what that supposed to mean?
Right.
He not finna listen. Normal life, what you're saying, I get that. But when I open my business is my wife, my girlfriend, my sex partner. When I get into business, and I'm really into business, I'm tunnel vision like that because I know what business do for me and whatever's around me. So that's what I'm trying to say. Yeah, I sleep on the floor. I probably won't take a shower in the goddamn sink. I make a way to survive in my business because my business is a reflection of myself. So that's why you ain't seen that part. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, so nobody never, I give them that, but they don't want, nobody wants to see that. They want to see the finished product. That's all people care about. You know what I'm saying? They don't know how you fucking got it, how you did it. They're like you, if I can go somewhere with you, man, how you got her, man? I love her person. But
And that is his con, right? He just said it. It's about the product. It's about the finished look, right? It's about the perception. So you have people who heard who he's connected to, but they saw his Instagram and he's got all these expensive cars on his Instagram. But we getting ready to get to the part where he makes this comment about the 50 the 50 D's.
they don't know how the fuck I got them. Gotcha. They don't know no detail. They just looking at what they see in front of them. They don't know your struggle. They don't know shit. They just want you. They just want you. That's it. It's the same. It's the same. But anyway, what is your fucking end game? You got an end game plan. You got a motive. So I want to hear it. I don't hear it right now.
I don't have anything because you're not.
Now, why you always laughing?
Why you always laughing, Nesto?
That's a good thing that you laugh.
So how I feel like everything pretty much is at a standstill.
I can't hear nothing you're thinking. Is this a later on? This is a 3:30 conversation?
Yes, pretty much.
Okay.
Yeah.
So she's gonna go outside.
Y'all supposed to have walkie-talkies. Y'all supposed to have another phone to check while y'all, what kind of shit you got going on? Yeah.
Okay. I said pretty much everything's at a standstill because we have to kind of see how everything plays out, right?
Okay, what's at a standstill?
What's at a standstill?
Yeah.
What's at a
I
standstill?
have to put my feelings at a standstill. I can't really. Am I echoing because I'm in a hallway?
No, I can listen to it. Go ahead. That's Bud. As long as you talk, Blue. I'm good.
You good?
Yeah.
It just feels like, okay, so before this April situation happened, right? We were good on my end.
Before the April situation happened, we were good on my end. So in April, she was trying to reach this dude and couldn't reach him because he was busy running around with the teacher. Now I don't understand how he's married to Shirley, but he's staying out all night at somebody else's house. So apparently she tolerated that. How did Shirley not know that Nesto was locked up? How long did it take her to figure out that he was locked up? I mean, because he wasn't even with her on July 4th. He wasn't even with her the 2-3 days before he got arrested because he was in a hotel with Sonya. I have a video called Sonya Slipped Up. Why did you say that on a recorded line? Yeah, it's like three-part video. They're like 10 minutes each. Check those out, okay? Where I kind of talk about it.
Always been good on your end because, I don't know what you're trying to do. You don't really talk about it. But now, I don't, I feel like, if you got your little situation, marriage, not the case. Marriage.
Yeah, that's actually Sonya's audio. It is a little choppy. She's was somewhere and then she stepped outside supposedly, but we're gonna go for just a few more minutes and then we'll be done.
That kind of changes
But it's the video.
how I need to be.
You talking about my jail situation?
No, I said marriage.
Oh, I mean, come on, we passed that shit. I'm on something.
I said marriage. I didn't say nothing about jail.
Okay, well, I'm not listening. I'm gonna tell you, once we sit down and talk face to face, this them pieces gonna come all the way to you, and you're gonna sit your head down.
So in October 22, he's been locked up for August September, for 3 months now, and the marriage situation is bothering him. She obviously, of course, at this point, she knows that he's married. It's also possible, which I don't believe that she only found out that he was married in April because she said she found out 3 weeks after they met. But I'm sure she felt some type of way that he didn't let her know from Jump Street. And he waited until after he slept with her. But I've always said he doesn't take his ring off. Maybe Sonya didn't have on her glasses and she didn't see the ring. Who knows what the situation is? But the fact that he's married to Shirley Strawberry, that's bothering her. And she's trying to kind of, back out a little bit. The other thing that happened in April 2022 is Nesto attempted to file for bankruptcy from Zebra Properties because he was about to be evicted from his second location, Nesto's Buckhead, which was going to be a barber college or something of the sort, right next door to his Nesto's barbershop.
And that's fine, and that's why I feel like you talk to me when you see me.
Yeah, I can't, cause I can't talk like I can't.
I know you can don't talk about nothing on the phone, everything.
Yeah, because I really want to. I know you're a curiosity bunny. You're a curiosity bunny, and I like.
You're a curiosity bunny. I guess he's trying to say curious. You're a curiosity bunny. That's Nesto for you.
Like to lay the lines out, cause I'm in my 50s, so when I learned that from old school and I ask questions, they tell me. Then I look at how their motto is. When you get past 50, you don't give a fuck. You don't worry about what nobody's thinking about. You got to think about how you rolling. So that's how I've been rolling for a very long time. So what I'm saying to you, you're in my life for a fucking reason. I don't need 50 fucking women. I don't need all that. It's your team gonna keep you going. That's what's going on. See, I'm a person I can see past the motherfucking life. A lot of people can't. You can see past the life, but you start limiting yourself, and I ain't gonna let you do that shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna allow you to limit yourself. Now I'm dead serious. My situation, your situation, you could be with a nigga goddamn fucking all the money. I don't give a fuck about none of that. At the end of the day, you can't sit down and talk to that nigga like you talk to me. Even if it was a bitch, you couldn't talk to him like you talk to me. So that's a great thing right there. You can't give them traits up, man. You can't pay for that. So all the feelings and all that shit, I can have feelings too, but I have to keep myself out of limited edition. I love you, but I ain't gonna let myself go fucking crazy because you're the type of motherfucker a nigga can go crazy over you. I can't allow myself to get like that because you're a good, genuine person. And on top
You hear him gaslighting her?
of that, loyalty is a motherfucker. That you can't pay for that shit. You can have all the money in the world, but that shit don't mean nothing. Nigga is selfish. I'm just being honest with you.
No, that's true.
Yeah, so what we got going on, that's some strong chemistry. You need to goddamn think about some other shit right now, how we gonna win. Keep winning. You
How
keep my
we
mind
gonna win?
I'm
motivated.
already on that part.
You what?
I'm on that part.
What part?
Business. I'm already on that. I think about that all day, every day.
I know you that, but I'm talking about when it comes out of me and you and your feelings.
That's,
Your feelings ain't shit. You know what your feelings is? It's in the right place. Okay? You're sitting around being
What?
idle, your mind go wandering. You ain't, in this case here, you ain't got shit to wonder about. They're 1, 2. 1, 2, that's it. Nigga ain't got that much time a day to talk on to 50 other bitches on the phone, but that's his fucking job. That ain't my motherfucking job. I'm a loner. That means that I like to go look at shit by myself. I like to research by my fucking self, and whatever come to me, I can appreciate that. So that's what I keep trying to explain that to you. But you know, you got that old head rule. Oh, nigga got this going on. They got that. Man, remember I told you. Women don't talk to me like that because they're afraid of what the fuck I got going on. I ain't gotta have no material shit. They don't talk to me like that. In your head, because that's what you like. You understand what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Oh, yeah. I don't have that goddamn flame blame every day. Walk out the door. Ooh, I hear niggas talking.
What?
Man, women, they be chasing me. I don't have that type of shit going on. It's a fear factor. I'm just being straight.
Intimidation.
Now he just told her that he don't have women chasing him. Nobody wants him. It's not that kind of thing. But in the previous video, he just said, if I wasn't in here, women would be chasing me. That's my baby dad. That's my baby dad. He can't even keep up with his own
Huh?
lies.
Intimidation.
Yeah, but I can walk out looking like a straight bomb. Motherfuckers that's not gonna talk to me. I can walk around regular. Ain't gonna talk
That's
to me.
not what you said.
I could be in the best motherfucking suit and tie. They ain't gonna talk to me. I done been all around that shit. That's what I'm trying to tell you. In your head, I don't believe. I don't give a fuck. That's like you. You can get 50 dicks a night. It's in my head to believe yes or no. No.
Now there it is right there. What kind of man gonna tell you you could get 50 D's a night? I wouldn't care. Like this is the anatomy of a narcissist. That's what you got treated to this evening. The anatomy of a narcissist. Yeah, Nesto is bonkers. He's delusional. He's a narcissist. He has all the traits of a narcissist. I actually looked it up to see what are some of the traits. He has all of the traits of a narcissist. Like, yeah. So I met Nesto is high maintenance. Yeah, he is high maintenance. That's what this girl said. So guys, listen, thanks so much for rocking out with me. I don't know where you are, but it's 1:19 a.m. where I am. So I just want to thank you guys again. Please hit the like button. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, go ahead and subscribe. There's no time like the present. And I'll see you on the next one. Thanks so much, guys. Have a good night, everyone. Oh, you're welcome, Tony. You're welcome. Good night, kings and queens. Be safe.